right here that's moving into the Ripley County areas. Now again, in addition to the possible tornadoes, 70 to possibly 80 mile per hour winds along this entire line will occur. That's enough to cause tornado damage. So everybody in this warning, we need to be thinking about where we're going. We need to be headed into our safe spot right now as a possible tornado is crossing into Carter County right now, and another possible tornado will be crossing into Ripley County in about 15 minutes. So Joy Alone and I are watching the radars closely. Joy, I'm going to ask you real quickly, are they still tracking this at 60 miles per hour? They were tracking it earlier at 60 when I was looking at the Weather Service chat. Still 60?
It's actually at 65, so it's speeding up a little bit.
So 65 miles per hour. So I want you to think about that. The storm's moving at 65 miles per hour. Something has to be pushing them that fast, right? So the winds in the storm are likely going to be at least 65 miles per hour. Here's the possible tornado right now getting ready to cross into western Carter County. And again, we've got another possible tornado right here that's going to be moving into Ripley County. But I want to zoom in to get some roads. I know this is kind of a sparsely populated area. And for some reason, my computer is not wanting to work. So hang on just a second. Let me make sure I am in the play mode. It's not working. Let me see. Sometimes if I touch it, it will start working. And I'm going to zoom into that area, and let's see if that fixes everything to where I can kind of monitor things from the wall here. But this is our possible tornado right here, south and east of Winona. It's crossing State Highway J right now, headed into Highway 60. It's going to be near the Van Buren area here shortly. So again, the possibility of a tornado. Again, well, we may have a couple of issues here. The interactivity is not working, so I'm going to have to be going back and forth from the wall to the computer every once in a while until we can figure this out. I tell you what I want to do is, Joy, put a track on it. Take Joy on Max 2. She's got that behind her. I'm going to reboot this system because we're going to have to be able to use this throughout the day.
Well, Grant, we put a tracker on it. The National Weather Service are saying that there's a low but increasing confidence on a developing tornado that is near Gatewood. It's moving at 65 miles per hour, that storm. It's going to be moving north towards Briar. We can see here we're looking at 5:14 p.m. for that time. So it's going to continue to move. We are in that no man's land, so it is a little bit tricky to tell if there is any velocity. So they're putting the tornado warning out in case anything does form. But it is important to note that these storms are very strong and they are capable of producing those 70 to 75 mile per hour winds that can cause power outages. So you want to make sure you have your devices charged. You want to make sure you have flashlights for your batteries. You also want to make sure that you are in your safe space if you are in this tornado warning. Then there is the other tornado warning that is moving northeast towards Van Buren, looking at 5:14 as well, for that storm entering that area as well. So again, if you are in Van Buren or near Van Buren on Highway 60, you'll want to make sure you are in your safe space for that. Some of these storms could be producing some hail, maximum of maybe an inch in diameter. So not super large, but still capable of producing hail. The biggest concern right now is going to be those damaging wind gusts, 70 to 75 miles per hour. A tornado is not confirmed on the ground, but it is a possibility. It's a low but increasing confidence that we could have a tornado warning or tornado on the ground in these areas. Anything else, Grant?
Well, we're gonna try this again. Let's see if we could bring Max 1 now up at the wall. Let's see if we can. I've rebooted stuff, so hopefully this kind of fixed things. And it didn't. All right, so again, we have a severe thunderstorm that is possibly producing a tornado moving into the Van Buren area as we speak. I'm going to try the other clicker just to be on the safe side. I want to try all aspects because all right, let me see if this changes anything. It does not. It does not. So, anyway, so what we're going to do now, this is going to be a little different. I'm going to stand where Joy is because I'm going to have to interact with the radar. I cannot interact with the radar right now with the clicker. The computer is just not helping us out right now. So put max 1, if you would, up behind Joy, and I'm going to kind of get in that position, and we'll just kind of, that way I can zoom in and kind of walk back and forth to the monitor. All right, thanks, Joy. All righty, let's see here. Now, we're going to take a look at this real quick and zoom things back in. I want to, I've got, yeah, I've got to get max 1 on here too. So, all righty, we're about set to where I can just kind of do this from right here. So again, we've got a tornado that is headed towards Van Buren right now, at least on radar. So let's kind of zoom into this area and talk a little bit more about it. Again, we've got a couple of areas that I am concerned with. One is right now, boy, this is moving fast. It is now, that's our possible tornado. It's moving across Highway 60 right now. It's about to get to the Current River Bridge. So if you know where the Highway 60 crosses the Current River, that's going to be moving, this possible tornado is going to be moving over that area in about 5 minutes based on the forward speed. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a little track on here, line track. Did you set the line track at 60?
I put it to 65.
Okay, so it is at 65. All right. So let's give you an idea of how fast this is going. So at 65 miles per hour, Van Buren at 514, excuse me, that is in 5 minutes. Piedmont at 536. Poplar Bluff, 553. And you can see it's going to be entering parts of Stoddard County and Bullinger County within the hour. Now, if you know anybody that is out at some of the campgrounds out there, they've got a little bit of time to get to seek shelter, especially those that are near Wapapello or the Castor River Valley. I know we had a lot of campgrounds that were hit hard last year. This is headed towards that same area near Twin Bridges and down towards Arrowhead. So if you know anybody out there, they've got about an hour until this storm hits them. So again, in addition to the possibility of a tornado, we're seeing the threat for winds up to 70 to possibly as high as 80 miles per hour. Again, the atmosphere is very conducive for damaging wind gusts. Now, I want to talk a little bit briefly about what's going on southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and northwestern Tennessee, because we are seeing thunderstorms develop here as well. So we have the possibility of some heavy downpours and maybe some gusty winds, but these are what we call high base storms. The odds of tornadoes touching down with these, very low. I was driving into work. I could see how high the base was, so I'm not overly concerned with this area right here. I mention that because you may be hearing thunder right now, and you're thinking, hey, what about me? Why are you not covering where I live? Again, if we're not mentioning your community, your roads, your town, feel good about that. That means you are not under the immediate threat. The immediate threat right now is in parts of Carter and Ripley counties. And based on the speed, I also want to talk about the folks near Clearwater Lake and south of there, southern Reynolds County. Go ahead and start getting in your safe spot because this storm is moving very, very fast. And it's going to be moving into Van Buren within the next 5 minutes, as we said. But you can see Highway 34 that comes into southern Reynolds County. And I think that was Highway 21 that goes north of Highway 60 in extreme northern Carter County. Highway 21 goes into southern Reynolds County. These areas, Highway 34 in Reynolds County, get to your safe spot right now. Get to the basement if you have one. This storm is moving very, very fast. We want to, again, keep you safe and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So get to the lowest level of your home and find that interior bathroom, that interior closet. Again, a lot of bathrooms are not necessarily on an interior wall. Sometimes there's a window in the bathroom. That's an exterior wall. Your closet that is surrounded completely by other rooms would be safer than that bathroom because you have more walls to protect you from any flying debris. So we continue down with this warning, and here's the other surge. It's coming into Ripley County as we speak, and I know you can see this book. There's another bookend vortex that is formed, and man, that is an intense storm right here. Now, it's not in Ripley County yet, but it is about to cross into the Gatewood area. Highway 142, southwestern Ripley County, near the community of Gatewood. You need to be seeking shelter right now. That's a possible tornado on radar. It's moving right into Ripley County, and again, it's moving at about 60 to 65 miles per hour, so it is not going to take long to get there. In addition to that, we have a bow echo surge right along Highway 160 west of Doniphan. That's what this is right here. Very damaging winds likely with this surge that's moving towards Doniphan. This is probably encompassing about 70 to 75 mile per hour winds at least as it moves across parts of western Ripley counties. And then we're, again, looking at the possible tornado moving into Van Buren as we speak. And Joy, your mic is on, but they don't have you on camera. But if you get any reports, just shout them out.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet.
Just shout them out.
Yep.
And I'm going to have my phone too. I will be checking my Facebook page for reports. If you want to send them my way, I'll do what I can. I'm not going to be able to answer questions on Facebook, but this is what we are watching. And yes, I know there's people that are going to be upset that some sporting events may be getting covered up, but folks, your life is more important than that. So we have a possible tornado moving into Van Buren right now, so you definitely want to be in your safe spot by putting as many walls between you and the outside as possible. As we scan down again, we've got that bow echo surge. That really concerns me for damaging winds in parts of Ripley County. And unfortunately, we have to look at the reflectivity more than the winds out here. Because again, the radar beam is hitting this storm at about 14,000 feet in the atmosphere. And that is very high up. A lot can happen underneath that. However, the reflectivity, the little shapes that the rain makes, usually tell us hints of what's happening in the storm that the radar can't see. So, for instance, here near Van Buren, the radar is hinting, based on what we're seeing here, that there's what we call an inflow notch right there going into Van Buren. Winds poking out right there. You can see that export right there. So the radar is hinting that the thunderstorm is spinning, and the spinning thunderstorms are what produces tornadoes. And that is what is moving into Van Buren as we speak. A possible tornado, not looking like hail. This is not a huge supercell tornado, but the winds are strong enough to where we get quick spin-up tornadoes. And the quick spin-up tornadoes today are different than what we usually concern ourselves with. When we usually see a line of storms, we get a quick spin-up tornado, it's weak. These could be EF3 quick spin-up tornadoes. That's because of the way the wind fields are in the atmosphere. That's what our Tornado Watch has specifically stated, that tornado intensity could be 150 mile per hour winds. That's EF3. That's why we have to take these quick spin-ups extremely serious. So the quick spin-up now is on the east side of Van Buren, And again, like I said, southern Reynolds County, I want you in your safe spot. We don't have a warning in Reynolds County yet, but we need to get in our safe spot just in case. A possible tornado could be moving in to southern Reynolds County. It's going to straddle the Reynolds-Carter County line. Again, that's Highway 34 in southern Reynolds County and Highway 21 coming out of Carter County into Reynolds County. That is where this possible tornado is headed. Then it's headed towards Clearwater Lake and Piedmont. So Piedmont, I want to give you your first alert. Again, this is a little ways out, but it's moving very, very fast. We said 65. I want to kind of put a new track on just this possible spin up. Wow, and I can't go an hour. I can't go out to an hour. I have to go out a little more. That's how fast this storm is moving. Again, a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere today. And so I want to make sure we're giving everybody as much first alert as possible. So that's an hour-long track. Shucks, I got to hang on a second, folks. I see what I've done. There we go. So now you can see Piedmont, 5:36. That's 20 minutes. 20 minutes, this possible tornado could be in the Piedmont area. Moving just north of the Greenville area at 5:49. It's moving in towards right there. That's about 50 minutes now to the all those campgrounds on the Castor River. That's where this storm is headed. The storm that is headed towards Donovan, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that now because it is strengthening even more. And again, I don't want to forget about you, southern Reynolds County. There is no warning right now in southern Reynolds County. But if I lived on Highway 34, matter of fact, more importantly, if my family was on Highway 34 in southern Reynolds County, I would be telling them to seek shelter right now. Seek shelter in extreme southern Reynolds County along Highway 34 from Clearwater Lake west, as that's where this possible spin-up tornado is moving towards right now. Now our bow surge is really surging out, so we're probably seeing the winds weaken just a bit. From Elsinore down to Donovan along Highway 21, I imagine we're going to see at least 50, if not 60 mile per hour winds, but that is weakening just a bit. But this cell has gotten much larger. Not only the hail core has gotten much larger, which concerns me. There's actually a pretty significant hail signature on this. And so our possible bookend vortex is right there. And let me see, which radar am I on? Because it looks, I think it's even farther east than that. When I look at it, nope, it's okay. We've got new data. There's the new data. It has moved in to southern, southwestern Ripley County. Donovan, this is headed right towards you. Donovan, that tornado, that possible tornado is moving right towards you. We've got it south of Gatewood right now, and the possibility of a tornado moving into the Donovan area within the next 10 minutes. So Donovan, I need you in your safe spot. We're putting as many walls between us and the outside as possible. We are going to the basement if we have one. And again, we have a lot of basements out here, very, very hilly terrain. So that's the best place to be. Basement. If it's a walkout basement, make sure you're in an interior room up against the side of the basement that doesn't walk out. We want to, again, protect you from any flying debris that may be out there. Any word on any damage? You get any reports, Joy?
Not getting any damage reports, just seeing that there's pea-sized hail in Van Buren right now. They were also seeing some pea-sized hail in Hickman County. There's also a little cell I'm looking at that is near the Farmington area that if it keeps going, it does have a tornado warning. It could enter the northern part of Perry County, Illinois at 6:07. So it's just something to watch out for, as that does have that warning.
All right, let's take a look at that. Well, that definitely has a nice little inflow. Now, I think Yeah, the storm itself is going to clip northern Perry County. What she's talking about, the inflow notch looks like it would just miss Perry County, Illinois. However, it is a beeline. Perry County, Missouri, it's going to stay just north. But it is on a beeline for Perry County, Illinois. That is the possible tornado. I'll kind of show it to you right here. Right there is where I'm drawing it. And this storm is moving east-northeast, and you can see the track it's going to be taking. So we're going to be watching this storm as well. So Perry County, Illinois, what speed are they tracking?
50 miles per hour, 50. So it's not as fast.
So they're not tracking it as fast. You know what? For consistency's sakes, we're going to keep it at 65, because worst case scenario, that just gives you an extra 10 minutes to take shelter. And all we're worried about is saving people today. We're not worried about anything else. And so I'm putting an hour-long track on this. And so it will definitely be moving into Perry County, Illinois within about 45 minutes. So possible tornado that is in central St. Francis County. And that is going to be moving in, that's going to be moving into our Illinois counties here shortly. And again, the storm itself will clip the northern parts of Perryville or Perry County and will produce some wind damage, but the actual tornadic circulation looks to stay just north of the area. Now, the possible tornado that we were watching near Van Buren is in Reynolds County now. So if there is a tornado, it has crossed into southern Reynolds County, like I've been speaking of, and you can see it right here. That's Highway 21. That's Highway 34. That's why I've been saying, and this possible tornado is moving right across that area now. That's our possible tornado. There is no warning for southern Reynolds County, but again, if it were my family, I would be having them seek shelter along Highway 34 in southern Reynolds County, Highway 21 in southern Reynolds County as well, and this storm is headed towards Piedmont. It is headed towards Clearwater Lake. Clearwater Lake looks to be really under the gun for that storm. It's going to be hidden there very shortly. The bow echo of this storm is now the gust front is out ahead of it to Elsinore down to just north of Doniphan. And then our second possible tornado is south of Gatewood, about to move into the Doniphan area. So again, we have a tornado warning out for Carter County and Ripley counties in southeast Missouri. Those are the only tornado warnings that we have at this time. But again, I'm very concerned about southern Reynolds County, right around Highway 34, a possible tornado. At least this is what the storm was warned for, a tornado. And again, it is way out in no man's land on the velocity. And I don't see a lot.
There's a report of a citizen report of tornado on the ground near Gatewood, Missouri.
Okay, that would be the tornado that is headed towards Doniphan.
Yep.
And there was a significant CC drop briefly near Van Buren. Doesn't really line up with anything, but then again, the radar is so far away. And if that was a tornado, then it is in Reynolds County right now. And it is a long Highway 34. So again, we don't have a tornado warning out for Reynolds County. Very well may not be a tornado. But with this type of environment and with what I just witnessed on radar, that kind of concerns me. So again, Highway 34 and 21 in southern Reynolds. This is extreme southern Reynolds County. Just to give you an idea, if you're in the Ellington area and north, this doesn't concern you. This is for extreme southern Reynolds County, and we've got a report, you said, of a tornado.
A citizen report of a tornado on the ground near Gatewood, Missouri.
Which is that other bookend vortex that we've been watching. Again, it's so far away. The radar, 12,000 feet in the air is where it's hitting. So it's very, very hard to see. I want to see what, I'm switching up my source over here. I want to look at this southern Reynolds County. Storm from St. Louis. Yeah, it looks like that circulation is moving right into Clearwater Lake right now.
They just issued that severe thunderstorm warning just west of Piedmont.
Is that for Reynolds County?
Yep.
Okay, so, and let me guess, I hope they tagged it with the tornado possible. Let's see here. Where did you get the report? Was that in the
I just saw it on the MAX radar. I just got it
No, I
on
mean
radar.
on the tornado in Gatewood. Was that
it was from
in the weather service
in the weather
chat?
service. Yep.
Okay. So they see. I just want to make sure they saw it. That's all I wanted to make
They
sure.
said it's not confirmed, but it was a citizen report. So
Right. And it kind of matches up right where, yeah, they don't have a tornado, which for me, I'm still saying, based on what this radar has been showing us and how quick these can spin up. So I'm going to see if I can get this to go from to the Paducah site. And there's the Paducah site. So that is that the Paducah site? Yep. So there was and this is old, but that was the little CC drop that I was concerned with that went right with the rotation. So again, severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for southern Reynolds County. This is that storm that I've been talking about. It's moving into Clearwater Lake right now. I still would be concerned with the possibility of a tornado forming. So this is also Piedmont, your first alert. This is headed into your area right now. And then we've got this very large storm that is headed towards Elsinore. Very strong gusty winds about to move into Elsinore, the possibility of 70-mile-per-hour winds. And this is where they are saying that they saw the possible tornado. And I can kind of show you what they're seeing. Is we're seeing the hints of a little bookend vortex right there. So what happens is on the northern end of the bow echo, we can get spin-ups, and that's on the northern end of a bow echo. And that is where we're possibly seeing a tornado. And again, there's a new tornado warning, and that is for the Doniphan area for that storm. It's for the rest of Ripley County. So southern Ripley County, including Doniphan, the current river, right around 160 where it crosses the current river. That possible tornado is getting awfully close to Doniphan. So Doniphan, you need to be in your safe spot. We need to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get to the basement if you have one. A lot of basements in this hilly terrain of Ripley County. And we've also got the possibility still of an intense storm moving into Clearwater Lake that earlier prompted a tornado warning. No tornado warning on it right now. But I'm still concerned that it could spin up at any time, and that is headed towards Piedmont. So Piedmont, I want you in your safe spot. Piedmont, you're not in a warning right now, but it is headed your way. So the area that I'm concerned with, I'll kind of draw over the next hour or so, is right here with this storm going towards Piedmont, then eventually goes into Bullinger County, then eventually Cape Girardeau County. That's storm number 1 that we're really concerned with. Storm number 2 that we're concerned with has a tornado warning out on it right now. And it's headed towards the Doniphan area. And that's the area we're concerned with. That would eventually move into Butler County, northern Dunkling County, and southwestern Stoddard County. And the third storm we're really concerned with is this one right here. And when I look at the kink, that's the area that I'm concerned with. And again, that's going to be moving into to the Pinckneyville area. All right, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning. I'm assuming it's probably for the Piedmont area. Am I correct?
For Piedmont area, Wayne County, and then just the northwestern part of Butler County.
And you see how it's hatched. That's telling us that they're concerned of a possible tornado as well. So it's for this storm right here that was showing pretty good circulation earlier. It's a crossing. It is crossing Clearwater Lake right now, and it's about to move into the Piedmont area. In Piedmont, we've been saying your name quite often with this storm. And then it kind of follows it down. You can see right here, this is a pretty intense little core that's setting up. Very strong winds are likely in this core that's moving into Elsinore and Grandin right now. 60 to 70 mile per hour winds are likely from Elsinore to Grandin, and it's going to be moving in towards southwestern Wayne County and northwestern Butler County. And then our possible tornado is right here. It's moving towards the Doniphan area as we speak. And more severe thunderstorm warnings to the south. Pocahontas, Arkansas, and Clay County. Those will eventually be moving into Dunkling County. And so, as you can see, we've got that line of thunderstorms from St. Louis tracking all the way down to Shreveport, Louisiana. That's exactly what we thought would happen the other day, and we were watching this. Fredericktown, we've got a pretty strong storm moving into your area. We'll continue to watch that. The storm moving into Piedmont right now appears to be doing what we call bowing out, getting a little bow echo, and there is a little area of intense winds that may cause a quick spin up. Let me show you where this is. I'm looking just to the northwest of the Piedmont area. So right here is where I'm looking at a possible spin up that could be trying to form. This is going to go between Des Arc and Piedmont. This is going to be headed towards the Sam A. Baker Park. So this is going towards the Sam A. Baker State Park where Big Creek is. Big Creek enters the St. Francis River there. That is where that cell is headed. We have a possible spin up trying to redevelop on the north end of this storm that is moving into Piedmont right now. So again, that is extreme southeastern Reynolds County. It's going to be going into the little spin up that's trying to form. We'll move across extreme northwestern Wayne County, extreme southern Iron County, and extreme southern Madison County. So if you're watching us from any of those areas, it might be a good idea to head to your safe spot as we're seeing the possibility of a spin-up develop in those areas. Still very strong winds headed towards the Elsinore area, and our possible tornado moving into the Doniphan area as we speak. Now, something that is also kind of interesting for later, once this front moves through, the warnings aren't really showing up. That is all snow, and we've had numerous snow squall warnings and heavy snow to our west. We'll watch to see if that moves in. Got to get through the severe weather, but then once the front moves through, the temperatures drop dramatically. They drop very rapidly.
Grant, they're saying that there are no reports of damage yet in Carter County, but Van Buren just lost power.
All right, so that was that storm. There was a CC drop. That's what I was concerned with this little storm near Piedmont as it moved through Van Buren. Not saying that there was a tornado, but I'm thinking there could have been, and it looks like a little spin up is trying to develop immediately to the southwest of Des Arc, moving through the north side of Piedmont right now. So, Highway 49 here. This is where I'm seeing the spin up, right here. So here's Clearwater Lake, the northern tributaries of Clearwater Lake where the Black River comes in. That is where that possible spin up's trying to develop, and it's going to be crossing Highway 49 just to the north of Piedmont in about 2 minutes. Now, there is no tornado warning with it, but there is a little bit of rotation. And so regardless if we get a tornado, we're going to have easily 60 to 70 mile per hour winds crossing on the north side of Piedmont here almost right now, because again, these storms are rapidly moving, and what we're looking at is about 2 minutes old, because it takes that long for the radar to circulate up through all the stacks and then re-enter itself. And so we've got, again, the possibility of that tornado. And then we've got that tornado possibility. Let me go down to Doniphan. And I don't want to forget about you in Elsinore. We got very strong winds. Marty in Elsinore, if you're watching me, he's one of our weather watchers. Let me know what's happening in Elsinore when the storm moves through. Wait till it moves through. Be on the safe side with it. And then we've got this other tornado, possible tornado just south of Doniphan. Just south of Doniphan, we're seeing a possible tornado right now. And again, that's for Carter County. And so let me show you where that, I kind of draw on here since I can't stand at the wall. You can see the inflow right there, outflow behind it. That's where our possible tornado is. And so that possible tornado is just south of Doniphan, crossing Highway 21. It's probably crossing the Current River right now. So on the south side of Doniphan, you need to be in your safe spot. Get in the basement if you have one. Again, if you don't have one, we want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible by getting to that lowest level of your home. Get to that center interior room and put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Now, I'm going to check my other source here. Not seeing anything extremely tight, just a little bookend vortex on the north side of Piedmont, which leads me to believe that there is the possibility of some damaging wind gusts. We have a new tornado warning now. This isn't in our area, but it's going to be shortly if it holds together. It is that storm I was talking about moving towards Perry County, Illinois. And so there's a possible tornado moving through St. Genevieve right now. And that storm is going to be moving through Ellis Grove, Sparta, and then headed in towards the northwest side of Pinckneyville. So Pinckneyville, this is your first alert. Again, it's a little bit of ways, but it's headed your way. These are moving so fast. Pinckneyville, Tamaroa, it's those areas that are under the gun in Perry County, Illinois, for a possible tornado within the hour. Within the hour. Fredericktown, strong storm is moving into your area, but so far it looks like it's behaving. We're getting more storms developing to the backside of these, and they are elevated. So I'm not concerned about those storms. Boy, we've got a lot of tight circulations from St. Genevieve up towards Redbud. Yeah, if I were, yeah. So we're going to be watching that as it moves into, we got a little bit of time to concern ourselves with that. Any other reports there, Joy?
Not seeing anything else, not seeing any more warnings, no more communication for now. Just waiting to see if anything gets extended.
Right, looks like we've got the tornado warning out still for the Elsinore area. That's been trimmed down. The only real tornado threat we have in our viewing area right now is going through the Doniphan area as we speak. Let me see what the, oh yeah, there it is. You can see that. It's picking up pretty good. This is coming out of Memphis. And so what we're looking at are strong winds going towards the radar, strong winds going away from the radar. So that's the circulation. And that circulation, based on the forward speed of that storm, this circulation is more than likely right here now. And so it is on the southeastern side of Doniphan right now. So we've got a possible tornado on the southeastern side of Doniphan. And let me see, what is that highway? Highway 142. Highway 142, south of Doniphan. Possible tornado is over that area right now. Need to be seeking shelter in a basement if you have it. If you don't have it, we need to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. It's not really showing anything up. It's harder to see from Memphis has got the best view of it, so but you can't miss that. That is an easy tornadic circulation right there, just south of Donovan. Again, it's a little farther east than that right now, what I would gather based on how fast this storm is moving. The possible tornado is just mainly looking like straight line winds right now on the south side of Des Arc. Let's go back up to that storm. Let me see, I've got a new severe thunderstorm warning. I'm thinking Butler County. Yeah, Butler County. So Butler County, you've gone under a severe thunderstorm warning south of Poplar Bluff with a possible tornado tag because of what we're seeing in the Donovan area right now. And again, right here on the north side of Piedmont, very strong winds, and there is still a little tiny circulation just south of Des Arc. And it just got a little tighter. This is headed towards Lodi and Coldwater in Wayne County. Lodi and Coldwater, just on the north side of Patterson. Again, this is near the Sam A. Baker State Park. It's hard to see, so I'm going to show you right now where it is on the velocity, where I'm looking at this possible spin up that's trying to develop. It's right here. And it's moving into this area right here. Highway 67, Highway 143. Highway 67, Highway 143 in northern Wayne County. That is where this circulation is moving. A possibility of a quick spin-up tornado forming in northern Wayne County. I'm not seeing any circulations in Carter County, just seeing the possibility of some very strong winds with that cell moving through Elsinore. I'm going to check some of my messages, see if I've gotten any reports, and so far I have not. Wow, let's just hope that there's a lot of activity in eastern Arkansas. I think that's going to miss us for the most part. That's going to be a big tornado event. Hopefully it stays just south of us. And then we're tracking that storm all the way down into Donovan. And again, we've got that storm right around Highway 142. That's where the possible tornado is. It is now crossed. It's now crossed the Current River. And we continue to track that storm. So I'm going to track a couple of these now to give you an idea who's under the gun. So this is near Donovan, and I'm going to do an hour-long track on that circulation. And so the hour-long track puts it at Naylor at 5:53, Neelyville at 5:58, near the Culin area at 6:15, Malden at 6:31, and Parma at 6:40. So you can see within about 35 minutes, it will be exiting Butler County and moving along the Stoddard-Dunkling County line. Again, these storms are moving very, very rapidly. So that is the tornado warn storm. The other storm that we are watching that has a bookend vortex that could spin up at any time near Clearwater Lake all the way down to Elsinore. I'm going to put an hour-long track on this storm. So you can see some of the communities that will be impacted by the possibility of some damaging winds and spin-up tornadoes. Greenville, 5:52. Albright, 6:07. Puxico, 6:16. Advance, 6:28. Jackson, that is Jackson, Missouri, at 6:41. So we continue to track this activity that is headed through the heartland. The other tornado warning that we're watching that is just outside our area but will be impacting us very soon is in Randolph County. If in Randolph County, headed towards Perryville. All righty. So this is the tornado warning that we're watching in Illinois. That will be entering Perry County, Illinois, into Jefferson County, Illinois shortly, within 30, 40 minutes, if it holds together. So we're going to kind of get everything caught up to date here. We have a confirmed tornado near Jonesboro, Arkansas. So let me zoom in on that, because that is going to be headed towards the southern part of Dunkling County. Let me put a track on that. So this is near Walnut Ridge. So we've got a confirmed tornado on the ground here. We'll put an hour-long track on it. So southwestern Dunkling County, Zenith at 6:38. So the St. Francis River Valley would be about 6:30 if this holds together. So again, that is a confirmed tornado on the ground just outside our area, but it is headed towards the boot heel. It is headed towards the boot heel.
Grant, I got a couple of reports of downed trees near Eastwood and Carter County, and a report of strong winds and very heavy rain near Piedmont.
All righty, and we've got a new tornado warning that has been issued again for the that is for what we just talked about, Dunkling County. So we've got a tornado that is moving on the south side of Doniphan right now. It's headed towards Naylor. We have a tornado in southern Ripley County. We have a possible spin up that may form at any time. Right now, radar is showing it in, again, it's headed towards the Lodi area and Coldwater in Wayne County. Lodi and Coldwater in Wayne County, a possible tornado could form. Right now, it's not quite tight enough for that, but it is very, very close. So I'm keeping an eye on that. And then I'm also keeping an eye, I want to keep an eye on that storm that's headed towards Dunkling County. So Dunkling County, you're under a tornado warning, but the tornado is about 45 minutes outside of your area. That's a real long warning because there's a tornado on the ground and the forward speed. Oh yeah, so Walnut Ridge is getting hit with a tornado right now. I can see it on radar. And so that is what's headed towards, eventually it would head towards Rector and towards the Kennett area. But we've got a little bit of time. We've got a possible tornado moving on the west side of Naylor. Possible tornado on the west side of Naylor. Right here. As you can see that little hook right there? That's what we call a bookend vortex. That's where the spin up could be forming. And again, this is on the eastern side of Doniphan. And then what I'm watching, we've got a new tornado warning, and I think that's for Illinois. We'll get to that in just a second. So we're starting to get a lot of tornado warnings, folks. And again, this is well out ahead of the storm. So as you can see, that is for the Pinckneyville area. I've been talking about this for quite some time. Pretty significant circulation in Randolph County is headed towards Perry County in Illinois. We have a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado tag in Perry County, Missouri, but that doesn't look all that, that does not look all that bad on radar for tornadoes. Now that'll be producing very strong gusty winds, and it's about to cross the airport, so we'll be able to get an idea of the wind speeds. But there's a very pronounced, there's two areas I'm watching. One is going to head towards Marissa. That's going to stay north of us. And the other one is near Evansville. That's what's going to go into Perry County, Illinois. So I want to get another look at the storm near Doniphan and Naylor. And the circulation is rather broad. Okay. Okay, so low die. Sorry for you folks. I'm getting a nice, appreciate you helping me out there. Low die is where we're seeing that. Now it's right over the cold water area. Right over cold water is where I am seeing very strong winds. That is in southern Madison County, just to the north side of, let me show you what I'm talking about here, folks. So here's our strong winds headed across Highway 143. That's over Sam A. Baker, by the way, right now. Excuse me, and it is crossed into southern Madison County. So I expect at least a severe thunderstorm warning to be issued here shortly for southern Madison County. Again, southern Madison County should be getting a severe thunderstorm warning here very, very shortly. The tornado warning out for Perry County, Illinois. Again, we've got a little ways till we get there, so I just want to give you your first alert. We're watching it. Perry County, Missouri, just gusty winds headed your way right now. Continuing to watch southern Madison County, northern Wayne County, and the storm that is in the Doniphan area is spinning. It's not quite as bad as it was, so I don't know if they're going to be extending that warning, but the storm that is headed towards Dunklin County looks pretty rough, and but it's still about 20 minutes away, So normally I'm gonna zoom out here because I want to show everybody what's going on, because I do want to take a bit of a break here for a second because I want to try and get our MAX systems back to working, because right now we're still having some issues with our system, and I want to try and do a hard reboot, and I can't do that while I'm on the air. So I want to make sure that everybody is safe here for a little bit so I can do a hard reboot on everything, and then we're definitely going to be coming back. This day is going to be a long day. So I'm watching the Kennett area closely. That's still about 30 minutes away. I've got my eyes on southwestern Butler County. The warning has not been extended. The rotation looks weaker. And I've got my eyes on Illinois, Perry County, Illinois. The storm is still outside of your area. So at this time, what we're going to do is we're going to throw things back to regular programming, going to do a little housekeeping, and then as soon as things get closer to Perry County, Illinois, and Dunklin County, Missouri, we're going to jump back in. Let's get in our safe spot right now. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get in your basement if you have one. Again, a possible tornado right here on the south side of Marquand, and it is headed in towards northern Bollinger County. So we're talking about Highway 51 where it crosses Highway 72 near Patton. The cell barn that's there near Patton, that's where this circulation is headed. It's headed right towards that cell barn, and also headed towards Cedricville. So again, a heads up, that's where it's headed. If it holds together, it'll be moving towards the Beeley community and the Apple Creek area. So I want to keep everybody, give you your first alert that a possible tornado is moving into the northern parts of Bollinger County and moving out of southeastern Madison County. Now, as we follow this line down to the south, very strong winds are indicated. You see how we have a new severe thunderstorm warning out for a good bit of southern parts of Bollinger County, eastern Wayne County, extreme northeastern Butler County, Stoddard County, and extreme western Scott County. It's Hatch saying possible tornadoes. I'm watching this right here, that little kink closely to the east of Greenville, and that is going to be moving towards Zalma. So this is where a possible spin-up tornado could develop, and that is going to be moving towards the Zalma area. Again, without tornadoes, we're still going to get 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, but quick spin-up tornadoes are likely with this type of setup. Perryville, we've got a strong storm moving to the north side of Perryville right now. It is not tornado warned. We're not expecting it to get tornado warned. and you're about to see a tremendous temperature crash. Temperatures are going to plummet in just a few minutes in the Perryville area behind that storm. Strong bow echo moving in towards the Nashville area. That is going to probably prompt a warning for Jefferson County shortly. Again, we have that tornado warning out for northern Perry County, Illinois. The good news, that spin-up tornado looks to have weakened, and it just mainly looks like a strong gusty wind event for Perry County in Illinois right now. Doesn't mean that can't change, but boy, you see that bow echo. Let me draw on here what I'm talking about west of Nashville. You can make it, see the arrows, I'm drawing that. So air is being forced and pushing that line very rapidly. And so that is going to be moving into northern Jefferson County, Illinois shortly. So I anticipate warnings for that cell very, very soon. So let's follow this line. Again, this line is on the cold front. This is that forced line that we were talking about yesterday. And we've got a possible tornado in southeastern Madison County moving into northern Bullinger County right now. We've got a line of severe storms in Wayne County moving into Stoddard County and southern Bullinger County with the possibility for a quick spin-up type tornado as well. Two areas I'm watching there. One is just to the south. One is right over the Twin Bridges area over the Castor River. And then the other spin-up area that I'm watching is just east of Greenville. And then, yeah, the spin-up near Marquand looks to be the strongest. Then we follow this line down to the south, and we've got strong storms moving into the Poplar Bluff area. Very strong gusty winds are likely. Severe thunderstorm warning for that down towards Neelyville. So far, I'm not seeing any kinks on the line here that are concerning for a spin-up tornado. And then near Paragould, Arkansas, thankfully we've got another tornado looks like it's trying to form just to the west of Jonesboro, Arkansas. So you can see the tornado, that looks interesting near Marmaduke. I'm going to kind of take a little closer look. Yeah, near Marmaduke. Okay. So what I'm looking at west of Marmaduke is a possible tornado right here. Right there, that spin, and that's what the tornado warning was originally issued for a confirmed tornado. That's where that tornado is now. Excuse me, and that is moving towards, that is going to be moving between Malden and Kennett. Now the next area I'm watching is right west of Jonesboro. There is a pretty good sign of another spin-up that's trying to develop on the west side of Jonesboro, Arkansas, right here. And that would be headed towards the Cardwell area of Dunkling County and possibly up towards Zenith and maybe Kennett. So again, we've got a lot of activity on radar right now. The tornado warnings that we have, let me get a quick drink of water here. The tornado warnings that we have are for Perry County, Illinois, which right now looks like that is going to stay north, at least the tornado part. I do think we're going to see some damaging wind gusts, but the actual tornado will likely stay just north of Perry County, Illinois. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning out for the extreme northern parts of Perry County, Missouri. And then we've got a tornado warning out for northern Bullinger County. We have a possible tornado moving through the Marquand area as we speak. Again, a possible tornado moving through the Marquand area as we speak. And that is moving into northern Bullinger County. This is going to be tracking Highway A out of Marquand towards Highway 51 towards Patton and Sedgwickville. And this circulation will likely stay just north of the Millersville area, but the Hartolds Ford area will be kind of under the gun with that, as will Patton. And again, I mentioned where the cell barn there is on 72. That's kind of where this circulation is headed. The cell barn on 72 is where that is headed. Again, we've got that massive Bow Echo moving into the Nashville area. Thankfully, that is just outside of our area, but that will move towards Dix in northern Jefferson County within the hour if it holds together. I am anticipating there is some significant wind damage in Montgomery County, Illinois right now with that storm. And as we follow this line back down to the south, Poplar Bluff, again, you're getting hit with storms. We don't officially have Bluff in a warning except for the far southern parts of Bluff where the movie theater is. You are in that severe thunderstorm warning on the southern loop, but I'm not seeing any concerns with tornadoes in Bluff right now. Neelyville, not really seeing much of a concern, but I am seeing some very strong winds. There are some very strong winds moving through Neelyville, but I just don't see any circulations. Here's that circulation, that tornado that was on the ground earlier. This is in Arkansas. But again, as I draw the path of this, you can see where this tornado is moving. So that's going to be going into Dunkling County within the hour. So we're going to keep an eye on that circulation as well. And then as I check the latest on the Jonesboro, that has weakened just a bit. It looks as though there is a surge of strong gusty winds near Jonesboro. So again, we have tornado warnings out for Perry County in Illinois and Bollinger County in Missouri. And the warning in Illinois, it looks as though the tornado will stay just north of the area. Joy, you just got something. What'd you get?
I got a report of the storms near Butler County having extremely heavy rain, 40 to 55 mile per hour winds, and pea-sized hail. I also got a report that the severe thunderstorm warning that got dropped in Perry County, Missouri, the temperature has already dropped 15 to 20 degrees. So you'll want to make sure that if you don't have power, that you bundle up, because temperatures are going to drop pretty rapidly getting into the night. Very cold temperatures.
Yeah, it's going to be this is going to be a drastic shock to the system when this front moves through. So here's our possible tornado moving towards the Patton area. It's showing up better on, it's right along State Highway A. So it's just on the, now this image is about 2 minutes old. I'm seeing a refreshed image, and so that tornado is moving into Patton right now. So this rotation that is on radar right here is located right here. And Patton, as you know, is right there at the intersection of 51 and 72. So we've got a possible tornado moving into Patton right now. So again, in Patton, I need you in your safe spot. I need you in a basement if you have a basement. If you don't have a basement, I need you to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. As many walls between you and the outside as possible. That means getting into an interior room. With as many walls between you and the outside. As many walls between you and the outside. Get in a closet, get an interior bathroom if you have it. So again, we've got a possible tornado that is moving into the Patton area. And as I follow up here, the possible tornado that was moving into Illinois, into our Illinois counties, the Perry County, Illinois, that has weakened significantly. The storm hasn't weakened. The circulation is basically not there anymore. So I'm not concerned about tornado. I'm just concerned about damaging wind gusts in Perry County, Illinois. But I am concerned with the possibility of a tornado in not in Madison County, Illinois, or excuse me, let me get my train of thought. Madison County, Missouri. It has moved out of Madison County, Missouri, and it is in the northern parts of Bollinger County, and it is in Patton right now. Possible tornado moving in across Patton. It's crossing 72 right now. It's right at the sale barn there in Patton along 72. It's headed towards Cedricville. And if it holds together, it's going to be moving on the south side of Beeley and heading towards the Apple Creek Winery. If you know where the Apple Creek Winery is and you live anywhere near that area, that is where this possible tornado is moving right now. Again, it is moving fairly rapidly off to the east-northeast. I haven't gotten any damage reports yet. If you have any damage reports, feel free to send them my way or go to Joy Alone's Facebook page and send them her way so we can get not only an idea of what's happening at the ground, but get an idea of to the weather service so they can kind of verify what we are seeing on radar. So the warning in Madison County, Missouri has now been canceled. We continue with a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Bollinger County, extreme eastern Wayne County, and northeastern Butler County, northern Stoddard County, southwestern Cape Girardeau County. If this circulation near Patton continues, I would anticipate a extension of the tornado warning into western or northwestern Cape Girardeau County. Again, northwestern Cape Girardeau County is where this, that is a very tight circulation right over Cedricville as we speak. So again, a possible tornado in northern Bollinger County. And I'm seeing another weaker circulation that could spin up just southwest of Marble Hill, but it's going to be moving into the Marble Hill area.
And there were just spotter reports of that rotation south of Marble Hill, so that is something we are watching now.
So they see it too. So spotters are on it. So let me kind of see, let's see if the velocity shows it up here. So here's what I'm watching. A possible spin up right here on the south side of Marble Hill. And then this is the tighter circulation right over Cedricville, and it's in northern Bollinger County. You can make out the front. The front is very easy to see. That little pencil thin difference in color, that's the cold front. So, and Clearwater Lake, it's cold now. The front has passed through. Piedmont, it's cold. Elsinore, it's getting cold. We've got, the temperatures are dropping rapidly behind this front. So tornado warning again for Perry County in Illinois, but that's not all that impressive on radar. But the circulation in northeastern Bollinger County is pretty intense, and the Beeley area is looking pretty intense as well. So we've got a pretty tight circulation headed your way, folks. This is the south side of Beeley before you cross Apple Creek. So the Cape Girardeau side of Beeley is where this possible tornado is heading. Anything else you got there?
They're just saying that the rotation is getting stronger in that area, but not seeing any other reports. I'm checking my Facebook and I haven't seen anything either. So if you are getting any damage reports or you spot anything, then please send me or Grant a message on Facebook, preferably me, because I'm checking all the socials as much as I can right now.
So the tornado warning has been extended into Cape Girardeau County and southern Perry County. So this does include the Beeley area, but the tightest circulation, let's see if I can get it right now. Yeah, this radar is a tad old because of how fast it's moving, but you can see that circulation. Tight, fast winds going towards the radar, away the radar right now. So the actual circulation is right here now. So it is about to cross Highway B. Highway B in Cedricville, it's crossing right now. We just got a new tornado warning. So let me zoom out and see where this one is. And it is for the Dunklin County area. Again, Dunklin County, I don't want you to think we've forgotten about you. We haven't. This tornado is still a few minutes away from entering your area. We've got a tornado near Marmaduke, and then we've got this tornado east of Jonesboro, Arkansas right now that is headed towards the Cardwell area. It's going to go through southern Dunklin County and southern Pemiscot County. But we've got a tornado warning now out for that other circulation that was near Marble Hill. And you can hear it on my phone because that does, I can't shut it off on my phone because it includes, the emergency alert system will let me mute it. I'm in the polygon, so the warning goes off on my phone no matter what. So Cape Girardeau, Jackson, this is you, tornado warning. We've got 2 possible tornadoes that we're watching. We have one tornado that is right here near Marble Hill, and we've got another tornado on the northeastern side of Bullinger County. And these possible tornadoes are moving rather rapidly. And I'm telling you, even if there isn't a tornado in northern Bullinger County, the winds are incredibly strong with this system. We're going to be seeing winds gusting up to 70 headed towards the Oak Ridge area, at least. And this circulation is headed towards mile marker. The first tornado near Beeley is going to hit mile marker 117 to 123, somewhere in that area. So from the Beeley exit down towards the 117 exit, that's where that circulation is headed. It'll be going right along State Highway K in extreme northwestern Cape Girardeau County. It's right along State Highway K in extreme northwestern Bullinger County. The second possible tornado is south of Marble Hill, immediately south of Marble Hill, and it is crossing, let me zoom in. I think that's 51. Yeah, that's 51. So that's the circulation right there, crossing 51 right now on the south side of Marble Hill. It's crossing County Road 402 shortly. It's going to be crossing State Highway N very shortly. So if you're in Marble Hill or just south of Marble Hill, you need to be in your safe spot right now. Get in that basement if you have it. If you don't have a basement, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Now for our circulation near Beeley, we're seeing what we're seeing is a very pronounced bow shape on the velocity, and a quick spin up is possible. So here's State Highway B that comes out of Beeley. This is K. This is K, where this is Highway KK and K intersect. Is where that circulation is right now in northeastern Bullinger County, and it's going to be moving into northwestern Cape Girardeau County and extreme southern Perry County in Missouri. So Beeley, you need to be in your safe spot, especially if you're in Beeley or just south of Beeley. If you live south of Apple Creek, that circulation is headed towards you right now. It's headed towards the Apple Creek Winery. This is exit 117. This is exit 123. The circulation is going to go in between those 2 exits, the way it looks right now on radar. And so that is going to go to the old Appleton area and then eventually go towards Altenburg. So Altenburg, this is headed towards you. Oak Ridge, Apple Creek, Altenburg, all these areas, Beeley, under the gun for a possible tornado. And even if we don't have a tornado, we're going to have some tree and power line damage. This is a significant wind structure on radar. Now, the tight circulation south of Marble Hill is now crossed Highway 51. It is still in Bullinger County, but it is about to cross into extreme western Cape Girardeau County. Excuse me. This is actually headed, this circulation is headed towards the old Bullinger Mill, if you know where that is. If you know where the old Bullinger Mill is, right along Highway 34 near Bufordville. That's where this is headed. The warning goes all the way down to, well, I'm going to say it. It goes all the way down to my house. I want my daughter, my mom, and my wife to realize that this tornadic circulation at this time is not moving towards our house. We're going to see some gusty winds, but the tornado will stay north of the house. So until that changes, and of course I'll let you know, I mainly do it because I want to make sure my mom is okay. She does not like tornadoes, as many of y'all do not. And I want to make sure she realizes that she's only under the gun for some very gusty winds.
Grant, there's a spotter that sees rotation near Culin, if I'm saying that correctly, in southern Butler County.
You are. Let's take a look at it. We've got a new tornado warning. I wonder if that is that. It is not, but it is a tornado warning for Dunkling County. Let me look at that. Let's look and see what we got down there in Culin. Nothing on the.
They're saying the wall cloud was seen by observers, and there's also trees down in that area as well. And hail. Still waiting to find out the size.
Yeah, there's a little rotation showing up on the Memphis radar site for that storm. And then we've got another tornado warning that is for the. So here's our. We can't see it from. I can see it on the Memphis site. You know what? Let's do this. I can control that. Let's do storm relative velocity, and we're going to look at Memphis. Okay, here we go. So yeah, there is a little weak circulation right there. It's not impressive. It's not all that strong, but there definitely could still be some wind damage associated with it. We have two spin-up type tornadoes possibly forming near Piggott, Arkansas, right here and right here. That's what that new tornado warning is for. That goes from Piggott in towards Dunkling County and parts of Pemiscot County. Then as we head down to the south, our other tornado is near Monet in northeastern Arkansas. It's going to be moving into southern Dunkling County. And something to watch here, this is near Lake City. Oh yeah. So we've got a pretty tight circulation. And something that concerns me is we have a cell merger that's about to happen. And the cell merger is happening in the forward flank region of the storm, which would increase the rotation. So we could be seeing, excuse me, we could be seeing increased rotation near Lake City as it moves into southern Dunkling County. Let's take a look at southern Illinois. Good news there. The tornado warning has been canceled. We do have that very strong bow echo, and it is moving. Thankfully, that's going to miss Jefferson County. But Jefferson County, you're still going to get some very strong winds, and you have a severe thunderstorm warning because of that. Now, our possible tornado in the Beeley area and also south of Marble Hill. So we've got two possible tornadoes. Now, I will say the Marble Hill rotation is looking much weaker. It's near the old Bullinger Mill now. It's crossing into Cape Girardeau County. The circulation just north of Oak Ridge is looking much stronger now. It is crossing the interstate as we speak. So for you folks in Beeley, the rotation at least on radar, is to your east. I'd give it about 5 minutes, and then Bealey, you're going to be okay, but you're going to be on the cold side. Again, here's the circulation. Now, the radar is about, I'm going to say that's about 5 minutes old. There's that surge I was talking about. This rotation right here is now located right here. It is crossing Interstate 55 right now. So the circulation is basically right near there. See, there it is. See, it just updated live there. So it's actually probably a little farther east. It's probably over Highway 61 right now on the south side of Apple Creek, and about to move to the south side of Verona and then head towards Grand Tower. So this possible tornado is headed towards Grand Tower right now as we speak. And you can see here's the other circulation that the tornado warning for Cape Girardeau County was issued for right there. That is looking much, much weaker at the moment. So that is definitely some great news that is looking weaker. Any other updates from the Weather Service or on your Facebook, Joy?
I am not seeing any updates from the National Weather Service. Just refreshing my Facebook, I heard that there were tornado sirens going off in Marble Hill, but in terms of damage, still haven't received any updates to that.
All right. Excuse me. Again, this is a lot of talking. I need a little water.
It's a lot of talking. Still tracking that circulation near Oak Ridge, and then that circulation near Marble Hill is definitely weakened compared to what we have seen before. But
yeah, what I'm looking at near Oak Ridge is what's my main concern right now. That is a tight circulation. That has me concerned, as you can imagine. It shows a pretty good sign of circulation, and it's in an environment that's favorable to produce tornadoes. And this circulation right here, for you folks watching us in Illinois, it's going to cross. It will probably miss. It'll probably miss Union County. It'll go into Jackson County. It is going to be headed towards the Carbondale area. Let me go ahead and put a track on it. I know a lot of students are going back. I told my daughter to wait until 7:30 or so to go back to college tonight. And that would be SIU. And this is the reason why. So here's an hour-long track. Let me get rid of there we go. So Apple Creek, basically, pretty much right now. Grand Tower, 650, 709, Carbondale. So for you folks in Carbondale, 709, that is 30 minutes or so. You got about a half hour to be thinking about taking shelter as a possible tornado. And this is headed towards Carbondale and the SIU campus. So, excuse me, for you folks watching in Carbondale, including my daughter's roommates, this is going to be there in about 30 minutes. Going to be there in about 30 minutes. We have new severe thunderstorm warnings issued. So let's kind of zoom on out. And it is for the line of severe thunderstorms that is moving in northern Jackson County, Perry County in Illinois, and then it's going Jefferson County, Franklin County in Illinois as well. Again, the tornado warning that was near Marble Hill continues to look a lot weaker. We're continuing to monitor the storm near Piggott that has a possible tornado that is moving towards Kennett in Dunkling County. And we continue to monitor the storm that is headed towards the southern parts of Dunkling County as well. Let's get you caught up on that. So, possible spin up there, possible spin up there, and a possible spin up right there in Cardwell. So we've got three little mesovortices that are on this line, and one is in the Cardwell area as we speak. So again, in southern Dunkling County, we need to be seeking shelter right now as a possible tornado is moving through the Cardwell area around Highway 412. Again, this is in Cardwell in southern Dunkling County. This is going to be headed towards the Rives area. It's going to be going right along Highway 412. Now, the other area we're watching is near Piggott, Arkansas. It is headed towards the Malden area. Possible tornado near Piggott, Arkansas, moving towards Holcomb and Malden. And if it holds together, that will be moving in towards the New Madrid County area. We have basically a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for the Sikeston area, East Prairie, New Madrid, Dexter. It's for the line of storms. You can see it's a hatched warning, which tells us that there's the possibility of spin-up tornadoes with it as well. But our greatest concern is with this storm that is east of Bealey now. It is on the south side of Apple Creek in northeastern Cape Girardeau County. It is about to cross into extreme southeastern Perry County, Missouri, and then it will cross into Jackson County in Illinois. Again, a possible tornado is located, let me draw where it is, because again the radar is, this is where the possible tornado is, right there. And again, it is headed towards, eventually if it holds together, it could head in towards the Carbondale area. It looks like it's trying to become more outflow dominant, which makes me think that the cold front has caught up to it. And that would mean that it becomes just mainly a gusty wind threat. I'm seeing the threat of gusty winds all along the line from Perry County, Illinois, moving into northern Jackson County, Illinois. And then the possible tornado right near Apple Creek along the Perry County, Cape Girardeau County line. The spin up that we were looking for near Marble Hill, it looks gone. So Jackson, Cape Girardeau, I'm not seeing a tornado right now. I am seeing the possibility of some very strong gusty winds though. And we could follow that line down. The front is moving into Bloomfield. We've got some very strong gusty winds in Bloomfield. We've got some very strong gusty winds moving into Bernie. And then we've got the possibility of a couple of spin-up tornadoes in Dunkling County right now. So again, let's take a look at the Dunkling County storms. Get it on the Memphis radar. And the best sign of a possible tornado is just south of Cardwell. That's going to be headed towards Hornersville in Dunkling County. So Highway 164 in southern Dunkling County, you need to be seeking shelter right now. A lot of flat ground here, so not a lot of basement. So you need to be finding that center interior room to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, we're seeing a possible tornado south of Cardwell moving into southern Dunkling County. And there's a little bit of a spin up on the northeast side of Cardwell along Highway 412. But it's not as tight as the one that's headed towards Hornersville. But I'm watching it closely. We've got three still. 1, 2, 3 possible spin-ups along the line. And one of them is in southern Dunkling County. And the other one is headed towards southern Dunkling County. So I need you to be in your safe spot right now in southern Dunkling County. Severe thunderstorm warning has been extended for all of Pemiscot County and into Lake County for that line of storms. Now, as we come back up to the north, we have a new tornado warning that has just been issued, and it does include the Carbondale area. This is for that tornado, or that possible tornado that we continue to track. It is getting very close to Grand Tower. There's a little bit of a CC drop there south of Altenburg, so we may actually be getting a tornado on the ground. Let me show you what we're talking about. Now, again, this image is a little old. So near Frona, Highway C, we're seeing the possibility right over Altenburg. Let me zoom in on this other source. It's just on the south side of Altenburg right now. What they say about this warning? Can you kind of zoom in or see what they said?
Well, on the radar or in the...
Just in the chat. The new tornado warning just issued.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't said anything about it yet, so I'm just waiting for an update regarding that.
They issued the warning. What's the speed? What are they kind of...
Yeah, I'm going to pull that up right now. So the new tornado warning is for northwestern Union County, western Williamson, southeastern Jackson, moving east at 55 miles per hour until 7:30 p.m.
All righty, 55. So I'm actually tracking it about 65 miles per hour again. I just want to, we've had some as fast as 65, so this will basically give you an extra minute or two to get to shelter. But you can see that the reason I'm kind of honing in on this is we've got some major corridors of population in southern Illinois, including Carbondale and Marion. We're talking about Crab Orchard Lake area as well. The Highway 13 corridor is under the gun here, and you can see Carbondale still looking like 709, so that does include Carbondale and SIU. I know a lot of parents have their kids at SIU right now. If you do, send them a text. Say, hey, possible tornado headed your way in less than 30 minutes. It's about 25 minutes away. A possible tornado moving into the Carbondale area. It'll move across Grand Tower, and then it does include that warning, at least, extreme northern Union County, but from what I'm gathering, the circulation I see on radar, it looks to be to stay just north of the Union County area. Now, we got a new tornado warning. So I'm trying to, new tornado warning for that spin up we saw in Dunkling County. So again, we're still seeing some spin ups possibly in Dunkling County. We've got still 3 that we're watching. New tornado warning just popped up. We've got one there, and one there. And it just updated live. So you can see how fast this storm is moving. So southern Dunkling County, especially around Highway 174, 164, and 412. I need you in your safe spot. Not a lot of basements here, so get underground if you do have a basement. If not, find that center interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Now we have a new tornado warning that has been issued, which includes the New Madrid County area and extreme southeastern Stoddard County. It's for this possible tornado that is moving into the Malden area right now. Did you get some information there, Joy?
I did. I got information that there are power lines down near Fruitland in Cape Girardeau County spotted by some storm spotters.
All right, that would kind of match up with the gusty
very
winds.
Strong winds.
I wonder if it was just north. Yeah, there's that. This is our strongest tornado signature that we've seen today. And again, it's moving towards Grand Tower right now. And I keep harping Carbondale, Marion, Carterville. A lot of folks living in that area. That is where this possible tornado is headed right now. And then the front kind of goes through. Let me see what's happening with, excuse me. 47 in Perryville right now. 41 in Farmington. The temperature dropped to 52 in Poplar Bluff with a 44 mile per hour wind. That's got to feel uncomfortable. So some very cold air is on the way. We have snow squall warnings in the Springfield, Missouri area. They're getting very heavy snow in Springfield, Missouri right now with temperatures in the low 30s. Not sure if that's going to hold together. We'll watch that. We'll be watching that later tonight. But our biggest concern is that right there, possible tornado, and based on the forward speed of this system, excuse me, it is in Grand Tower right now. It is in Grand Tower. We got a possible tornado in, let's see if it updates There it is, right there. We have a possible tornado in the community of Grand Tower right now. And again, this tornado is headed towards Carbondale. And it's going to be in Carbondale in about 20 minutes now. 20 minutes, if it holds together, that tornado is going to be in Carbondale. We can follow this line of gusty winds. I'm sure the winds are very gusty in Jackson right now. I'm not seeing any sign of a tornado. We've got very gusty winds west of Dutchtown. I'm not seeing any spinning. I am seeing a little weak spin just east of Advance, but I don't think it's not a huge concern of mine. It's just some very gusty winds along the front. And we follow this down into the Bloomfield area and Dexter. We're getting very strong gusty winds in that vicinity. And then our possible tornado moving into the Malden area. Right now, this is going to be headed in towards Malden. It's east of Campbell now. We've got a possible tornado moving into the New Madrid County area. So if you live in Tallapoosa, if you live in Parma, if you live in New Madrid, we need to be in our safe spots. We need to be underground. If we have a basement, that's where we need to be. Highway 62 from Malden towards New Madrid, that's the corridor that this system will take. That is the corridor that this possible tornado will track. And then as I head even farther south, we've got a tornado near Zenith right now in southern Dunkling County. We can show you that. And another spin up possible near Hornersville. Again, these are quick spin up tornadoes, but the way the wind field is set up, they can be very strong. Usually quick spin up tornadoes are weak, but in this scenario, they could be very, very strong and produce significant damage. So I'm just kind of checking over. Again, like Joy said, the best idea to give us some updates is to send them to, send the reports to Joy, because it's hard for me to check on all these. But I'm getting lots of reports on my page from you folks. I appreciate you sending me all the information you can. But right now we're concerned with southwestern Pemiscot County, southeastern Dunkling County, basically the eastern half of Dunkling County we are concerned with, all the way from Malden south. Then New Madrid County, we've got the tornado. It looks like, I want to try and get it from Memphis. So the possible tornado has now crossed into New Madrid County, and it is crossing the US 62 corridor. That is where this tornado is, along Highway 62. We're seeing a little spin up maybe trying to form near Dexter. I'm watching this right here. We're starting to get a little bit of a bookend vortex right here in Dexter, especially on the south side. So in southern Stoddard County, I'd go ahead and get in your safe room for about another 15, 20 minutes, as some very strong winds, regardless if we get a tornado or not, move in to your area. Now, as we continue up this line, we still have that tornado warning out for Jackson and the Cape Girardeau areas. But again, all I'm seeing are damaging wind gusts right now. I'm not seeing what appears to be any tornadic circulation. So for you folks in Cape Girardeau, it's going to get real windy here shortly. But right now, I'm not seeing a tornado. The tornado signature that I'm concerned with is now east of Grand Tower, and it is headed straight towards the campus of SIU on the south side of Carbondale. It is moving straight towards, at least the circulation on radar, is moving straight towards that campus. We just kind of got a blanket severe thunderstorm warning, and I think that's what we're going to be getting pretty much the rest of the evening. We'll get these massive severe thunderstorm warnings along the line and these little tornado warnings where we think the spin-ups will occur. So severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for most of Alexander County, most of Pulaski County, Union County, parts of Johnson County, Williamson County, and Franklin County in Illinois, and that's for damaging wind gusts 60 to 70 miles per hour. That continues south for all of Scott County, parts of Mississippi County, Stoddard County, New Madrid County, Dunkling County, and Pemiscot County. Then we have tornado warnings for southern Dunkling County. We've got a tornado near Zenith right now. It's moving towards Hornersville. We have another possible tornado that is now east of Malden, taking the Highway 62 route in New Madrid County. The tornado warning for Cape Girardeau County looks to be just for damaging winds. I am not seeing any hints of a tornado right now in Cape Girardeau County, but I am seeing some very strong winds moving into the area. And the front is going to be passing through the airport in Cape Girardeau here very shortly, so we'll get an idea of the temperature drop that we could see with this. Again, I am still seeing a little bit of a circulation on the south side of Dexter. It's not extremely strong, but between Dexter and Bernie is where I'm watching a possible tornado that may try to spin up along Highway 25. That is between Dexter and Bernie. Between Dexter and Bernie along Highway 25, radar's hinting at a possible spin up. Now let's see if I can see the tornadoes that were in Dunkling County. Okay, so here we go. There's one tornado possible right there. There's the other tornado. It's right over Hornersville right now. Those are the possible tornadoes. One is in Dunkling County. One is just south of Dunkling County that will move into southern Pemiscot County, and that's why we have that tornado warning out for southern Pemiscot County and parts of southern Dunkling County. The tornado that is near the Malden area, it is moving along Highway 62. That is an old image. That is an old image, so I'm going to have to utilize my other source. Here is the possible tornado near Grand Tower. I'm going to kind of draw you where this is because this is what is headed towards Carbondale. We have two possible spin-ups. Now, I got a possible spin-up right now on the north side of Murfreesboro. It's just now forming on the north side of Murfreesboro in southern Illinois. So what I'm talking about is this right here, but it is located right there now. It is farther east. So we've got a possible tornado forming on the north side of Murfreesboro, Illinois, as we speak. That's going to be headed towards DeSoto. There's what I'm talking about. You see it just updated. There's the possible tornado that is forming on the north side of Murfreesboro. Then as we head down to the south, there's our possible tornado that is headed towards Carbondale. That is the possible tornado that is headed towards Carbondale. And the track it is taking would take it on the south side of Carbondale, which would take it right into where the campus of SIU. So for you parents who have students at SIU, text them. You have about 12, let's give them 10 minutes. 10 minutes, they need to be in shelter. It's probably going to be more to 12 to 15. If you're on the southwest side of Carbondale, you got 10 minutes. If you're on the southeast side, you got about 12 minutes. So for my daughter's roommates, if you're listening to me, you got 12 minutes till that circulation is over the apartment. Got 12 minutes till the circulation is over the apartment. Again, we've got a possible tornado spinning up on the north side of Murfreesboro right now, and we got a possible tornado south and west of Carbondale. It's right near the Pomona area of southern Jackson County. We can follow this line down to the south, and we got strong gusty winds near the Trail of Tears Park. We do now have a little kink forming west of Cape Girardeau. I want to see it on this because that's a little bit old. So yeah, this is, yeah. So we got a tornado that may be forming, moving right into the western side of Cape Girardeau. This is headed towards the water park. So if you know where the water park is there on Kings Highway, that is where this circulation is headed. This circulation is about, for you folks that listen for Dalhousie, this is about 5 miles north of Dalhousie. This is moving, actually, if you want to, the circulation right now is right over Walmart, just on the north side of Walmart, the Walmart Supercenter. This circulation that is forming is on the north side of Walmart, and it is crossing Interstate 55 right now, headed in towards Cape Girardeau. So this is the old Hopper Road areas. This is the Mount Vernon Road areas, and headed towards Kings Highway. A possible tornado is trying to spin up. Right here is what I'm talking about. And again, it is now east of the interstate. This is an old image. Another source I'm looking at, the rotation is located right here. So you can see there's William. The Walmart is located right there. So the circulation is on the north side of Walmart. Everybody knows where that location is. It's headed right towards St. Francis, where St. Francis Hospital is. So, and again, this, I want to reiterate, this is not as strong as the circulation that's headed in towards the Carbondale here. So the hospital cam is up. It's tough for me to see, but just so you know, the hospital cam is what we're looking at. Is it facing, I hope it's facing west. Is it facing west? Okay, so it's facing west into the storm. A little bit of good news. The tightest circulation that was headed towards Carbondale is slightly weaker. I don't want to let our guard down because there's still a tight circulation moving into Carbondale in about 10 minutes, but it is nowhere near as strong as it was 5 minutes ago. So that is some very good news, and hopefully that trend continues. We're also seeing the possible spin up that was near Murfreesboro is now weakened. We're seeing a new circulation that is developing on the north side of Carbondale. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Right, again, this is an old image, but there's a new circulation that's trying to form right here. And that circulation is located right here. So on the northeast side of Carbondale, when you take, what is that? Is it 149 that goes out of Carbondale towards Murfreesboro? I don't know exactly. Let me zoom in. That is where no, it's Highway 13. So Highway 13 coming out of Carbondale, that between Carbondale and Murfreesboro. Okay, I see something. Yeah, I see that too. So I'm not sure. It's tough to see, but hey, could you bring that up kind of big? Just let me see it on the screen so I can kind of see what we're looking at. I don't know if you can just take that image full briefly and then come back to these three windows. Okay, thanks. I'm talking to the control booth. So again, what they're zoomed in on is this circulation that is near St. Francis. Yeah, that is definitely a cloud lowering. It's really hard to tell. Boy, is it windy there. So we got a cloud lowering just to the west of St. Francis. And it is now, the radar is showing it to the northeast of St. Francis. So it is just on the northeast side. All right, let's go back to the old, the three boxes that you had there. I appreciate you guys helping me out. The circulation is now east of Perryville Road and is headed towards State Highway 77. Again, it's not as strong as it was when it was north of Walmart, but we'll continue to watch that. Let's get back down towards the Boot Heel, where we also have tornado warnings. And Joy, if you get any, what am I trying to say, reports, just shout them out.
I just haven't seen anything. I did see a photo of the wall cloud near Malden is the only thing I've seen. I'm still waiting. If anyone has any damage reports or anything they want to let me know, you can message me on Facebook. I'm checking it constantly.
So we just got an update on the velocity, and here's the bookend vortex that is in New Madrid County where we could see a possible tornado. So it is on, it's extreme northwestern New Madrid County. It's east of Malden now. The little circulation I was watching near Dexter is weaker as well. And the little circulation that I was watching in Cape Girardeau has weakened. So that's some good news. It's still there. The little circulation in Cape Girardeau County is crossing Highway 177. Again, this is going to be a good bit north of the casino now where that circulation is. And it's about to cross into Union County, Illinois. It'll be going north of McClure. All right, we got a new tornado warning. And it is for a circulation. It is for that circulation that I'm just talking about. Nope, wow. A new circulation is forming near Alto Pass. A new circulation is forming towards Alto Pass, and that is what that tornado warning is for. There's a tornado warning. There's a tornado that's trying to spin up between Alto Pass and Cobden. So if you live in Union County, especially between Alto Pass and Cobden, you need to be seeking shelter. Get in a basement if you got it. We have lots of basements in this area. If you don't have a basement, again, that center, lowest level of your room, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So this is just to the east of Bald Rock. I think it's Bald Rock Knob where the cross is. And that is going to be going to the south of Macanda and right to the north of Cobden. The tornado is on the northeast side of Carbondale, the one we were talking about that you had. It sped up a little bit. It got there 4 minutes early. So let me show you where the possible tornado is. It is moving on the east side of Carbondale right now. Again, our image here is about 2 minutes old. I'm looking at another source, and I can see the possible tornado is right there. So if we had a tornado on the ground, it would be on the east side of Carbondale now, and it's headed towards Carterville. It's headed towards Crenshaw Crossing and the northern side of Marion. So a possible tornado, again, near Carbondale. Man, the radar is showing very strong winds in Carbondale. So even if you're not getting a tornado, the winds that are in Carbondale right now are a little scary. So please stay away from windows. Stay in the lowest level of your home. Protect yourself from the flying debris. So far, again, we haven't had much reports, which is really good news because this has now gone through some populated areas.
I haven't seen any reports of tornadoes, but there are some reports of downed power lines in Poplar Bluff. I got sent a video of a wall cloud on Highway 84 just west of Kennett. So must have been part of that tornado warning that we had in the boot heel. Got a report of that wall cloud in Culin and reports of some wall clouds in Whitewater, Missouri. So just part of Cape Girardeau County. But other than that, not seeing anything in the National Weather Service chat. Not seeing anything else on my Facebook. But if you are right now, let's say in Sykeston, Cape Girardeau, you're probably experiencing some very strong winds right now. These storms are capable of producing 70 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts. Some people might feel 80. That can cause power outages. And right behind that cold front comes some very cold air. So you'll want to make sure that you are staying warm and that you have your devices charged. Make sure if you have any power banks to use that. You want to make sure you have batteries in your flashlights. And if you still have power, to maybe turn the heat on just in case. But not seeing any reports right now of any confirmed tornadoes.
So that is very, very good. Hopefully we luck out and these all stayed radar indicated. And because, again, it's kind of these situations, the way the atmosphere is set up, quick spin-up tornadoes can be very, very damaging with the wind atmosphere the way they are. Now, I've got a 3-hour track going right now on the entire heartland, as you can see. And so I want to kind of stop it. I want to give everybody a heads up. So, Bollinger County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Perry County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Madison County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Reynolds County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Wayne County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Butler County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Carter County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Ripley County, Missouri, you're in the clear. Perry County, Illinois, almost. Give it 5 minutes, and the threat of any damage is out of your area. Everybody else is still under the gun, areas along the Mississippi River for about another 15 to 20 minutes. Because again, this line is moving very, very fast. What's the latest they clocked it? 55?
I will check right now for you.
I'm just going to kind of do the whole line at 55, I think. Just to give you an idea. So we can kind of see how long we have left of this. Okay, so that is a 2-hour track on the entire line of storms. And I do that because, now again, I'm not doing it really for you to see the communities. There's going to be a lot of communities that are impacted. But what this is showing you is in 2 hours, which is 9 o'clock, the entire line is out of our area. So we only have 2 more hours to go. And let me see, I want to see kind of what the dew points are doing. Well, they're up to 64 in Union City. Okay, so we've got some low 60 dew points in western Kentucky, northwestern Tennessee. Cairo is 61. My concern is once you got to 62, 63, it really increased the tornado threat. Now, on the other side, Poplar Bluff has a temperature of 50 right now. Temperatures continue to drop rapidly. And West Plains is in the 30s. So drops very, very rapidly. St. Louis is in the 30s. Rolla has snow. So that tells you what kind of vigorous system we have. Now, normally when you watch me, we're zooming in. I'm in front of the wall the whole time, able to manipulate things. We're having an issue with some of our computer hardware, so I'm having to do it the way we're doing it today, just kind of tracking it manually and zooming in to keep everybody up to date. So here is it up to date from the Evansville radar. You can see the gust front has passed through Mount Vernon. So I'm going to put arrows and stopped it at the gust front. That's the actual front. So that is the gust front. It's moved through Mount Vernon. It's about to move through Benton. It has moved through the Carbondale area. Matter of fact, let's take a closer look at Carbondale because we were harping on it because of the possible tornado. And so the possible tornado, Carbondale, you're in the clear. The tornado is now east of your area. The possible tornado is over Carterville, as you can see. And I've got 2 tornadic signatures showing up on my other source. One is near Ziegler, which is just west of West Frankfort in Illinois, and the other one is right over Carterville. So here's our possible tornado right here. Again, for you parents that are watching and you have your students at SIU, the tornado threat for SIU has ended. Ziegler, I'm seeing another possible tornado trying to spin up just to the east of Ziegler, right there, to the west of West Frankfort, and it's headed towards the Benton area of Illinois. Carterville, tornado possible. We do have a tornado warning out for that area. Our other tornado is in the Cobden area. Possible tornado right here in Cobden, and we have a tornado warning out for that storm as it moves off to the east-northeast. That circulation will stay north of Anna Jonesboro. It will stay north of Lick Creek. But possible tornado in the Cobden area of southern Illinois as we speak. Now we follow this gust front down, and it is past Cape Girardeau. It is past Jackson. So Cape Girardeau County, other than the heavy rain and the gusty winds, the severe weather threat has ended. So again, Cape Girardeau County, the severe weather threat has just moved east of your area. Well, let's give the southeastern Cape Girardeau County another 5 minutes, because I know we got the storm right over us. But you can see the gust front is well out ahead of it. What do I mean by that? Here's the gust front right here. And the storm is over the station producing a lot of thunder and lightning. I'm watching that little kink right there closely, as it is right on the front. So we're going to watch that. So maybe another little spin up trying to form in northern Alexander County, Illinois. But the tornado threat for Cape Girardeau County is definitely ended. Now, as we head down towards Sykeston, we have very strong winds moving into the Sykeston area. Not seeing really any circulations, so that's good news, even though reflectivity is hinting at a little vortex trying to form right there to the northwest of Sykeston. But it is on the cold side of the front, so I think that is going to be cut off from the ground and it will not cause any issues. We had tornado warnings out with this storm, and the circulation has ended. Very strong wind gust all the way down. And now we're into the boot heel, where we still have tornado warnings out, but the possible tornado is now east of Dunkling County. So Dunkling County, you are no longer in that threat of a tornado. So as we zoom out again, let's kind of update some folks. Dunkling County now, there you go. Tornado warning just dropped, as you see. Tornado warning, no more threat for Dunkling County. Stoddard County, threat over. Bollinger County, I think we said that already. The threat is over. Cape Girardeau County, it is crossing the river right now, so I'll give it 1 minute. We have a tornado near Cobden, at least on radar. We've got a tornado on radar near Carterville. That is between Heron and Marion now, so it's just east of Carterville. The circulation is crossing Highway 148. 148 that is crossing. Let me show you where it is. So here's Highway 148. You see Cartersville. So the possible tornado is located right here now, between Heron and Marion in southern Illinois, headed towards Johnson City. Headed towards Johnson City. And there you go. New tornado warning issued for that area right there where I was showing that circulation. And again, what we are seeing is parts of Williamson County. And again, that is where the Carterville area is. And extreme southern Franklin County, where West Frankfort is. So they just put out a new tornado warning for that circulation that we saw on radar, and it's moving between West Frankfort and Marion in southern Illinois. It's going to cross Interstate 55 near Johnson City. And again, that is Williamson County in southern Illinois. It's headed towards the Corinth area as well. You need to be in your safe spot. If you are in extreme southern Franklin County, from West Frankfort south, and northern Williamson County, get in your basement if you have one. If you don't have a basement, put as many walls between you and the outside by getting to that lowest level of your room, or the lowest level of the home, I should say, and get into that center interior room. Now we have another, nope, that's the same one that's going between Marion and Heron. We're seeing a pretty good sign now of just straight line winds near Cobden. That possible tornado that was near Cobden looks like it is outflow dominant now, and we're seeing strong gusty winds. But what concerns me about this line is you can see right here, right here, right here, and right, well, they just updated. Those are what we call little kinks that can spin up into quick tornadoes. And our biggest concern right now, of course, is right, it's east of Carterville now. It's near Energy, Illinois. So near Energy, Illinois is where this possible tornado is. We had Energy, Illinois hit a few years ago by a tornado. We got a new tornado warning. Let's see where that tornado warning is. It just popped up. It's for that Bookhead vortex that I was a little concerned with, east of Sikeston. I'm going to look at my other source.
I did get a report about a wall cloud in Sikeston.
Okay, this is between Sikeston and Blodgett, very tight circulation. Possible tornado forming right now south of Blodgett. Let me show you where this is. So this is in extreme southern Scott County and northern Mississippi County. This is south of this is between Blodgett and Charleston. Very tight circulation forming, and this is headed towards Cairo. So the possible tornado is right here. And again, it's moving towards the Charleston area. It's moving towards Cairo, and it's a tight circulation. Let me see if it's showing up on our sources. Yeah, you can see it there. So you can see we've got the tight circulation right there, just to the north of Bertrand. It's going to be crossing Highway 72 any minute now. So if you live along Highway 72 east of Blodgett in northern Mississippi County or southern Scott County, you need to be in your safe spot right now. Now, east of there, that goes to the Mississippi River that crosses into extreme southern Alexander County. So extreme southern Alexander County in Illinois is under the gun for this possible tornado as well. And then eventually, so this is going to be headed towards Cairo, Future City, Mound City. All these places are under the gun. And it holds together Ballard County in Kentucky, the La Center area. That is where this possible tornado is headed. So again, we've got a lot of tornado warnings out there. Thankfully, we haven't had a lot of damage. We've had a lot of power outages, a lot of concerns that way. By the way, the front just went through the airport at Cape Girardeau. It's down to 51 degrees. It's down to 48 now in Poplar Bluff. So very cold air is moving in rapidly behind this front. New tornado warning issued for basically this entire line, looks like, going down into western Kentucky. So we've got the possibility of some spin-up tornadoes occurring all along this line now. I see 3 vortices. I see one north of Charleston. I see one just to the west of East Prairie, and I see one just to the north of New Madrid. I don't know if we're going to be, boy, you can really see that one. That is a tight circulation. You can see that right there. Here's the other vortice right there and right there. And that's why the new tornado warning was issued. So we have a tornado warning. There's 3 possible tornadoes on First Alert Doppler Network right now. One on the north side of New Madrid. One is right along the Scott County, Mississippi County line. And the other one is just to the west of East Prairie. So East Prairie, you need to be seeking shelter because that third or that middle vortice is headed right towards you. The north side of New Madrid, you need to be seeking shelter. That vortice is in your area right now. And those possible tornadoes are moving into Hickman County and in towards the Arlington area of Carlisle County, Hickman and Fulton counties in Kentucky. We've got a lot of activity out ahead of this line as well, near Murray, Kentucky so far. Let me see what the dew point is in Murray. 55. Boy, it did warm up pretty nicely there. So we've got some pretty interesting storms, but they appear to be rather high-based. So when we have high-based storms, there isn't a huge tornado threat, but still watch that storm that is south of Murray. We're going to have to keep an eye on. That is near Paris, Tennessee. Dew point spread is 20 degrees, so I think that's going to eliminate any tornado potential. So we got 3 vortices in Illinois as well that we're watching. Well, three is just kind of, 2 of them just became outflow dominant. So we've got one that we're really concerned with, and it's on the north side of Marion. So we're concerned with just to the east of Carterville. Again, that's the cell. It is now crossed over Interstate 57 on the north side of Marion. Again, this is in northeastern Williamson County right now in southern Illinois. So as we take a look at the entire heartland, you can see we've got a line of severe storms, kind of what we were expecting today. Unfortunately, we have numerous tornado warnings. If there is a bright side, it looks like the damage so far has been limited to some tree and power line damage. That would be the bright side. So I'm going to kind of pause motion on this, and in case you were not with me earlier, I'm going to call out some counties that are in the all clear. I want to keep these people realizing they can go about their day now and not have to worry about tornadoes. Perry County, Illinois, all clear. Perry County, Missouri, all clear. Cape Girardeau County, Missouri, all clear. Stoddard County, Missouri, all clear. Dunkling County, Missouri, all clear. Madison County, Missouri, all clear. Wayne County, Missouri, all clear. Butler County, Missouri, all clear. Reynolds County, Missouri, all clear. Carter County, Missouri, all clear. And then Ripley County, Missouri, all clear. The front has passed those areas, and the damaging wind threat has ended for those areas. Now, areas that we are really concerned with over the next 2 hours, east of Interstate 57 in southeastern Illinois is under the gun. And the greatest tornado ingredients right now appear to be coming together across northwestern Tennessee and western Kentucky. So for the next hour and a half, things could get quite busy for our eastern counties. So for you folks that have been watching us that no longer have a severe weather threat, it's time for us to take care of the folks to your east, which we are going to be doing. And we're going to start that by looking at the updated radar. And boy, that is the strongest sign of a tornado we've seen today, just to the west of Charleston. Again, that's an older image. And yeah, it's like our system is not doing the sales, which is the rapid update. And we're getting an image every 5 minutes rather than every 2. But you could see the possible tornado is about to cross. It already has based on the speed. It's now in Alexander County. It's crossed the Mississippi River. It's right there. It's crossing the Mississippi River. It's going to go, it's going to miss the Wycliffe Bridge, which is good news. You never want to be on the Wycliffe Bridge if you don't have to, especially when it's windy, because that would be very intimidating. So this tornado is going to stay just north of Cairo. It's going to be going towards Future City. So if you know where that exit is of 51 and I-57, that's where that possible tornado is headed right now on the north side of Cairo. As I follow this down, the other area I was watching just to the west of East Prairie is a lot weaker. It's not really showing much signs of tornado, and that's fine. We can't stand in front of the green screen when I have this on play, or else I can't adjust it. So reflectivity is trying to work. You know what? That kind of, hang on a second. Let me see, that may have just done something. I'm going to walk in front of the wall here real quick, because if that happens, the computer's actually reading me. So let's see if we can we did a hard reboot earlier, and so this is kind of what one of those other lines was looking like. It is. Look at that. So it's working. Okay, so let's zoom back out. I'm going to move my position over here. Joy, you can put Max 2 behind you there. I got to go grab my water because I'm going to be standing here for at least another hour and a half, the way it looks right now based on radar. So, we had a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued. Basically, it's a blanket warning. We talked about that. It's northwestern Tennessee, Lake County, Obion County, and the western parts of Weakley County. So again, we've got a tornado warning out for the Marion area. Let's zoom into this. All right, I feel a lot better now because I'm in my element to where I can control things. I like being able to be in control when we have rough weather. So we're going to pan things down and take a look. So Anna, again, that tornado we were talking about near Cobden is to your north, and it really looks like that has what we called outflow dominant, kind of like the outflow has raced ahead of that tornado that we were seeing on radar. So I'm going to drop the shear marker. We're going to look for tornadoes on here. And so there's the possible tornado just east of West Frankfort. Again, these are quick spin-up type tornadoes. There's a possible tornado just to the northeast of Marion. We follow this down, and notice we're not seeing those kinks. That is all straight line wind damage. That is all straight line winds that are occurring in this part of the line. Now, we'll pan down to the south and kind of follow this line down south of Anna, down in towards the other areas of southern Illinois, Alexander and Pulaski. And we will kind of put the shear marker on there again, and we're going to search for possible tornadoes that are spinning up on the line. Watching that closely, it's pretty weak, but again, that is right on the Alexander-Pulaski County line, and that will be headed towards Interstate 57 here very, very shortly. We can follow this down. That was what I was concerned with earlier that had a very strong signature for a tornado. That's what's going to head to the north side of Cairo. Possible tornado right here. And then we'll pan down in towards the Boot Heel to get a better idea of what's going on. You can see East Prairie down to New Madrid. A little concerned with the way that reflectivity looks. Let's see what the shear is saying. It's pretty much dominant wind. There's a possible tornado right there near East Prairie. Again, that was the northern one. The way this looks like reflectivity, I'm concerned about that. And again, our system is a little slow at updating my velocity. I want to kind of take a look. See, again, it's not working 100%, but it's working about 80%. A little bit of a drop there. So again, we do have a tornado warning out for this area. I'm concerned this kink is wrapping up right here to the east of New Madrid and is about to go cross into the northern part of Fulton County, Kentucky. It would stay just north of Hickman or hit the northern edge of Hickman before moving into Hickman County itself. Fulton County, Kentucky right here. That would probably miss Fulton County, or not Fulton County, but the city of Fulton, Kentucky. It's moving in towards the county. So again, we're tracking the possibility of some spin-up tornadoes along this line. We've been with it all afternoon and evening, and we're going to continue to be with it. Now, you can see that the line is right here exiting Caruthersville. Let's see what's happening with the line as it moves in towards northwestern Tennessee. Again, I'm looking for those velocity kinks, and I'm not seeing any. All I'm seeing is very, very strong wind gusts. So for northwestern Tennessee, at least right now, it looks like very strong gusty winds, the main concern. I am concerned about that right there that's east of New Madrid. Could have a possible tornado in New Madrid County that would move across extreme northern Fulton County, then move into extreme southern Mississippi County, and then once again, extreme northern Fulton County before moving into Hickman County. I know that sounds confusing, but that's what the river does. It does that, and it divides the state up. Now, the reflectivity looks nowhere near as bad or interesting, I should say, as it did. The possible tornado is moving on the north side of Cairo right now. I'm going to pan just a little bit, and we're going to look inside here. And then we're going to go take a look at southern Illinois, because we did have the possibilities of tornadoes in southern Illinois as well. Yeah, look at that. And that matches up with the inflow notch. So there's a possible tornado right there, north side of Cairo. So we don't have a tornado warning to the north of this polygon. We may get a new tornado warning issued here shortly based on that reflectivity, or that velocity, I should say. Not seeing any more kinks or spin-ups, just very strong gusty winds. But yeah, that's a little concerning right there on the north side of Cairo. That's right where that Future City corridor, well, actually Future City's kind of right there. And then we've got that Interstate 57 where that is crossing as we speak. All right, let's go pan up and take a look at the other tornado warnings. No warnings around Vienna. That's pretty good. Interesting. I would expect maybe a severe thunderstorm warning to be issued soon for this line. I know the Weather Service is very, very busy right now looking at all the radars, kind of like we are here. All right. No kink. Not seeing any kink. There's a new tornado warning, and I bet it is for what I just showed you. That's what I'm gonna guess. Let's kind of zoom back down. No, oh, look at there. There it is. You can see the kink right there. Just to the northwest of Grand Chain. This is headed towards Vienna. Brand new spin up that has just formed right there. You can see that kink. Let's see what it looks like on. Now the velocity is, again, lagging, I think. Give me just a second, folks. I'm going to take a look at another source over here and kind of see what that looks like, because the reflectivity says tornado. The velocity says maybe not. Yeah, it's not. There's got to be something to cause that look. Well, I'm going to trust the reflectivity because my eyes say that's a possible tornado based on numerous years of looking at radar. We also have a possible tornado moving into Mound City right now. So we've got two possible tornadoes. Both of them are in southern Illinois. One is headed towards Vienna right now. Vienna, get in your safe spot. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Again, this is Johnson County, the northern parts of Johnson County. Looks like extreme northern Pulaski County and extreme southeastern Union County. Anna, Jonesboro, if you hear the sirens, this is well away from you. I don't know if they are sounding the sirens because parts of your county are under a warning, but I just want to set your mind at ease that we're not seeing anything that looks like a tornado, and it is well to your south. So we've got two possible tornadoes right now in southern Illinois. You can see this one right here. We've got an inflow notch, no doubt about it, inflow notch right there. So we've got two possible tornadoes, one on the north side of Cairo in extreme southern Alexander County. That's going to move into extreme southern Pulaski County, then move into Ballard County, the northern parts of Ballard County. And if it holds together, it'll be moving in towards the metropolis area of Massac County. Again, possible tornado headed in towards the Vienna area right now. As we pan up towards the West Frankfort area, again, we're watching this area because we do have a tornado warning here as well. It appears as though in our eyes that has weakened. We just got a new tornado warning, and I'm thinking it's for that storm near Cairo. They've extended it. But we'll see if I'm right here in just a second. I'm not seeing any tornadoes with this activity right here. So let me remove these because I know we've got two tornadoes, and what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at everything. At least I think we are.
I've got tracks up for those tornadoes if you want.
Yeah, let's toss it to Joy if you would, please. You got tracks set up?
Yeah, I've got tracks set up. The storms are moving around 55 miles per hour. So this is the tornado that's moving towards Vienna right now, looking at 749 for that storm. We do have that little hook, so that's definitely something we're watching for. Not too much on the velocity there. And then if we go to the second storm that's just a little bit entering Mounds, you can kind of see there is that little bit of rotation right there. Strong green, so very strong winds going towards the radar. And so that is definitely something that we need to watch for there. But you can
that's
see
the new tornado warning, I think, is it not? Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see the new, all the way to Joppa.
Yeah, so it's heading to Joppa by 8 o'clock, round knob 8:07. So anyone in the path of the storm, definitely get in your safe spot now. You can send it back to Grant.
All right, thanks, Joy. So yeah, we've got, radar really is showing that possible tornado near Cairo, and then the other one that is near Vienna. Now, near Marion, this is not looking all that impressive at all, at least tornado-wise. And for the Fulton-Hickman County areas into Carlisle County, that circulation appears to have weakened as well. So let's zoom in to all these areas that are having tornado warnings. We'll start north and we'll go south. So we'll start with the Marion storm. This is to the northeast of Marion, Franklin County, Williamson County. Possible tornadoes located right there. Let's scope it, see what we see in there. See if we see any velocity. It looks like it's a possible tornado, and not really. Looks like it's trying to strengthen back up. Maybe we'll watch that. You see that right there, what I'm talking about. So that's when kinks start to strengthen, and this is just to the east of Marion. So we'll monitor that to see if that continues to strengthen. It wasn't extremely strong, but something there that wasn't there 5 minutes ago. And again, the atmosphere is very conducive for quick spin-ups. Now, that spin-up that we were seeing there, the reflectivity looks a lot better. It's lost the tremendous hook shape that it had. Excuse me, the velocity is still lag. Well, let's see if it's catching up. Let's see if it caught up. That was a new sweep. Nope. All right, let's take a look. So the possible tornado now has crossed into Johnson County. So that tornado is moving towards Vienna. I'm going to zoom in because it looked pretty good with reflectivity. I want to zoom in and get a few more of these roads to pop up so you kind of know who's under the gun for this. Again, here's Vienna. Possible tornado right now is near Cypress. And I got to turn and look at this monitor because I can't see it on the other one. 146, Highway 146, Highway 37. Again, this is in Johnson County to the west of Vienna. That's where the tornado is headed right now. So you need to be in your safe spot. We need to be in a basement if you have it. And if you don't have a basement, I want you to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible by getting on the lowest level of your home and get in that center interior room. Put as many walls around you, closet, bathroom, whatever it is. The smaller the room, the better. The more walls between you and the outside, the better as well. Now, as we pan down, let's go see if we can find that other storm that really had a strong circulation right in this area. I probably need to zoom out just a bit so I can, let's see. Yeah, the reflectivity has gotten real messy in here, but the shear was very strong on that one storm. There it is. So that's what I'm talking about. You see that? That's the possible tornado right there. Can't miss it. Right there, just spinning up Olmsted. And it's going to be moving off to the northeast at around 55 miles per hour. So it's going to be moving across extreme northern Ballard County, probably to the just to the north of La Center, and then moving into parts of Massac County if it holds together. Now we follow this line down. I'm not seeing any tornadic activity. That is some very strong gusty winds south of Cairo. You see that bright green dot there. And then for our other tornado warnings that include Fulton, Hickman counties, for New Madrid, yeah, you're safe. The tornado is now east of you. So for the community of New Madrid, it's an extreme. Actually, it's out of New Madrid County altogether. It's in Mississippi County now. So the tornado has moved out, or the possible tornado has moved out of New Madrid County. And we're going to kind of check the shear on this. There's that strong gusty winds. I'm seeing some strong gusty winds. I'm not seeing really much in the way of what looks like a tornado. So that's definitely some good news. And let's pan this line down into northwestern Tennessee as well. And we'll take a look at that. Because we got a very strong storm in near Union City in Obion County, but velocity just says it is very, very strong gusty wind. So let's do something initial. Let's kind of zoom out and let's kind of do a track on the entire line of storms, because we've got a busy day that has been going on. Severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. And again, I think that is because the actual sign of tornadoes has kind of weakened just a bit in that line, except for this one area right here. So as we let me go to the home, and we're going to do a line track on these storms. Let me remove that so we can get rid of that. And yeah, we'll kind of just follow this line all the way down to here. And then we're going to go off to the north and east a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to do 2 hours. I'm at 2 hours, and then we're going to kind of do that. So what I'm looking for is get an idea of when it exits our area. So 814 Shawneetown. I don't know if it's quite moving that fast. It may have slowed down a little bit. That would be putting these storms in Shawneetown in 30 minutes. They may. Murray, you can see at 8:30, and then Owensboro way off to our east at 9:19. 2 hours is way out of our area. So this is saying like an hour and a half, this line of storms will be gone, which would be about 9:15. That's kind of something what we've been thinking about, right, Joy?
Yeah, it's when I looked at the most recent severe thunderstorm warnings, they're moving 50 miles an hour, so it definitely slowed down a little bit from what it was before at 65. But I mean, they're still moving pretty quickly there. The National Weather Service is also watching for rotation near Columbus, which is in Hickman County, Kentucky. So, I mean, if I zoom in here, we could see just a little bit of a bulge out there. So probably some very strong gusty winds there near Hickman County. And you can kind of see that stronger blue ball there. So that's something that they're watching out for. Right now, that's west of Clinton, Kentucky. Other than that, we still have those severe thunderstorm warnings that have extended into Mayfield. Now we have severe thunderstorm warnings going into Union City and into Weakley County as well. This is definitely the time that we're going to be extra watching the storms, because this is where the environment's a little bit more favorable for tornadoes as well. And we had quite a lot of warnings in southeast Missouri and southern Illinois. So we're going to be keeping our eyes on the radar here with the velocity. I have the radar to my right here, and I have all of these sources. And as well, I've made a new Facebook post. If you have any damage reports, if you've seen any rotation, any wall clouds, please let me know in that Facebook post. Just comment or send me a message. I'm checking my phone constantly just so that we have some ground truth of what's going on in our area. But you can see that if you are behind that line, you can see Marion probably starting to get out of that line a bit. DuQuoin seems to be good now. If you are behind that cold front, temperatures are going to be dropping very rapidly. So Cape Girardeau County, not looking at anything on radar anymore. It's probably starting to get quite cold. I wonder if I could get a quick temperature reading here. Let's find that. Cape Girardeau Airport is at 47 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So very big temperature drop. And that's going to continue as we get into the night as that cold front continues to progress eastward. But temperature right now in Paducah, 63 degrees. So still looking at that imminent threat for western Kentucky, northwestern Tennessee, and the eastern part of our southern Illinois counties.
Right, so this is a 3-hour loop that you're looking at here with me. We've got the line of storms now entering basically Cairo south. It's almost crossed the entire Mississippi River. So once it does so, I can say that if you live west of the Mississippi River, you are in the all clear. It is moving into, like Joy was saying, into Obion County in Tennessee, up through Fulton, Hickman, Carlisle counties, There was a couple of little kinks they're watching there. The greatest threat looked to be headed towards Vienna, but that seems to have weakened just a bit. And the area from Mount Vernon down to Marion, this has weakened as well. So that's definitely some good news, seeing anytime the storms are weakening. This is the area that is the most unstable right now. Even though we had some high base storms move through the area, those are exiting. And then, so let's take a look. It took 3 hours to get from near West Plains to where we are right now. So about an hour and a half. That seems about right. These storms are moving very, very rapidly. So let's zoom in again and take a look at all the areas that we're most concerned with. Again, we're going to start with the storm that's moving into Vienna right now. You can see here it is right here. And we saw the possibility of a tornado, at least on radar. It was a pretty good signature. It looks like it's 2 has kind of become what we call outflow dominant. Now, what does that mean? It means the outflow outraces the storm itself, and that's how you get that line of see, there's no kink. See, that's just a straight line of wind, hence straight line wind damage. So that right now, it doesn't look like the tornado is imminent anymore, but excuse me, we still could be seeing some very strong damaging winds near the Vienna area. This was the area we were really concerned with because it was showing some very tight circulation earlier just on the north side of Cairo. So we can kind of look in here to see if what this looks like. And again, we follow that straight line. Looks like a straight line. There's a little bit of a kink right there. That's what would be left over of that circulation that was a lot stronger earlier. It's still there, but it is weak. And you can see they went with a severe thunderstorm warning. I think, 1, because these spin-ups haven't been lasting that long, and 2, we just haven't had a lot of damage reports. So we are very, very thankful for that. Radar, of course, has just been going nuts with what it's showing us, but, you know, the radar can show you a tornado all at once. If it's not on the ground, it's not on the ground, and that's hopefully the case. Very strong gusty winds right there to the east of Cairo, but that's not really a tornadic circulation. And then west of Arlington, we're seeing something that looks a little interesting there. What's that you have behind you there that I see?
That
Joy?
is the little...
Near Arlington that I was just talking
that's
about?
the circulation they were watching at the National Weather Service in Columbus. And I did get a report on Facebook that someone may have seen a little rotation or something in East Prairie, which I guess it tracks because that storm would have moved more east from East Prairie, and that would head towards Columbus, Kentucky. So
right.
Definitely something to keep an eye on. But other than that, not getting anything else.
It doesn't look all that strong, to be honest with you, when I'm looking at it. It looks, the winds look strong, but the circulation does not, from what I'm looking at. It's a little tight, but it's not all that impressive. And then we can follow this line down again, mainly just straight line wind damage, the way it looks right now. And I haven't had any reports of the wind. We had a lot of damage before the storms got here. Hopefully the worst of it was before the storms got here. And we can follow this down into Tennessee. I'm not really seeing anything. So that is definitely some good news. So we do have some tornado warnings out. Let's get you caught up to date on where they are. Fulton County, Kentucky, Hickman County, Kentucky, Carlisle County, Kentucky, Ballard County in Kentucky, extreme eastern Mississippi County in Missouri, extreme southern Pulaski County in Illinois, and Massac County in Illinois. And then as we head on out, looks like the Johnson County storm no longer has a tornado warning out on it. So again, still could see some damaging winds from Vienna up towards Harrisburg. We don't have a severe thunderstorm warning out for that area, but doesn't mean one will not be issued because radar has been showing some very strong gusty winds, and at times we get some quick spin-ups. And you can see how fast this line is moving. We're already in the central parts of southern Illinois. And so for you folks, I know a lot of folks are watching in Carbondale. I was a little concerned about SIU because we had that rotation move right over there. Carbondale is all in the clear now, so you could tell all your friends and family that everything is fine in Carbondale. Also for Alexander County, let me see, has we cleared that storm? Yeah, that storm is cleared. So the tornado threat is east of the Mississippi River now and southeast of the Ohio River. So Alexander County is in the clear as well. Mississippi County, we still have tornado warnings out. The tornado is about to, the storm is just on the Mississippi River right now. So about 5 more minutes, Mississippi County will be in the clear as well. So let's kind of go ahead and pan on out again, get an entire look. So far, things are behaving for the most part. We haven't had any damage, significant damage, at least coming into us. So that's what I mean by behaving. Yeah, the storms, they aren't necessarily behaving because we have lots of warnings. But the most important thing is how much damage do you get? And when we don't get reports of houses blown away and people injured, that is a good day, even when we have lots and lots of warnings. So you can see severe thunderstorm warning out for Obion County and Weakley County. The National Weather Service in Memphis is saying a tornado possible with that storm. It's not strong enough for a tornado warning yet, and what I just showed you didn't look like it. We still have tornado warnings out for Fulton, Hickman, Carlisle counties. How long do the tornado warnings for Fulton, Hickman, Carlisle counties go out till? Do you know? Here, you could click on the warning on GR3. No, I'm in GR2. Click on that warning and it should give you the expiration time right there. And then we've got Ballard County and still Pulaski County and Massac County. Anything on that?
I am trying to find it.
Oops, I don't want to. Here, let me. So, yeah, there's a lot of words in it.
Yeah, there's quite a lot.
Of words. So,
yeah.
We click on it and should be right near the top.
That's what I was looking for.
Tornado warning until 8:15. What time is it now? 7:55. Wow, 20 more minutes.
Yes, then there's one for 8:30 in Illinois.
Yep. And wow, we're really just not seeing any significant tornado the way it looks right now. So we'll see how long they keep these warnings out. We may, if we don't start to see anything continuing to spin up, we may throw things back to regular programming here for just a bit. We got to catch our breath, folks. We've been going at this for a long time, and if I'm not seeing any thing that is extremely, in my mind, concerning, then I feel safe to kind of send it back to regular programming for just a bit while we catch our breath and get things caught up. It's getting close to 8 o'clock now, and again, we're tracking this. There's a new tornado warning, and it does include the Paducah area. So let's see what this looks like on radar, and it's real close to the Paducah radar too. So, and it includes Massac County, Pope County, McCracken County, extreme northwestern Marshall County, and
That goes until 8:45.
8:45, so about 45 minutes. So let's kind of scope in here and see what we got going on. See if there's maybe there's a new vortex that's just quickly spinning up along that area. We kind of follow that down, and well, I'm not seeing anything that is extremely tornadic right now. But again, I'm a couple of minutes behind on this system. Let me know if you see it on GR, if it looks like there's anything there, that it looks worse there.
I'm not seeing anything.
So yeah, so for Massac
here.
County, Pope County, possible tornado, radar indicated, getting close to the radar. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to look at it from a different radar because it may be too close. Sometimes when it's too close, the vortex is just above the radar beam. So let's, I want to go and look at the velocity from Memphis is what I want to do. So We're going to go here. We're going to take a look at the velocity, and then I'm going to choose Memphis, and we'll look at it from there. I think Memphis is probably too far away. We'll take a look at Paducah. Again, I'm not seeing much in the way of a tornado. This is a little interesting, but that's the old warning, so we'll continue to watch that as well. Let's take a look at Fort Campbell. That's fairly close. There's a little spin right there. And Evansville, we'll take a look at that. So I'm just getting different perspectives from different radars. It's too far away from the Evansville site. So again, you just tuning in right now. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. We've had numerous tornado warnings, and we continue to be dealing with them. A new tornado warning has been issued for Massac County, Pope County, and McCracken County. That does include the Paducah area. The tornado warning for Carlisle County, Fulton County, and Hickman County is still in effect as well. The good news, the Johnson County tornado warning has been dropped. So that is definitely some good news. And we got some very strong gusty winds possible in parts of northwestern Tennessee. And Memphis is hatching that. But again, we showed you the velocity. We're not seeing any new spin-up type tornadoes in that area. It doesn't look like it. The only place I'm concerned with is from Paducah down towards the, what was that little town again? I'm drawing a blank there. We saw that, let me stop things here.
What, Arlington, that one?
Yeah, the one near Arlington, exactly. Thank you. Let's zoom in and see how that's doing, see if it's getting any tighter. Because that would be the only thing that I was really kind of concerned with what we were watching there. I'm going to pan this up just a bit. So we saw a little bit of circulation near the Arlington area, and we're going to check this. We should have an update on the velocity on from Paducah as well. So we're going to kind of scope this, look inside, and there we go, some straight line winds. There's a little kink right there. That may be what they're concerned with. As I kind of come down Arlington, that kink is just outflow dominant. I'm seeing very strong gusty winds. Not seeing any spinning on this velocity right now across Carlisle County, Hickman County, and Fulton counties. So those warnings will probably be allowed to expire. This is a little concerning right here. That is what was that big tight circulation that I was really concerned with, and I honestly can't believe we haven't got any damage reports from. That was west of Cairo and then moved north of Cairo, and it's located right here in the extreme northern parts of McCracken County. It's crossing the river right now. It's going to go on the north side of Metropolis, and it's staying north of Barclay Field there in Paducah. Then we're watching this area to the southwest of Paducah for the possibility of a quick spin-up type tornado. So again, new tornado warning has been issued for Pope County. This is Livingston County, and this is extreme northwestern Marshall County, and then McCracken County, and then the eastern parts of Ballard County. So we'll continue to monitor that. As we head up to the north, the storm that had a tornado warning near Vienna has weakened. Still pretty strong, but we're not seeing any tornadic circulation. Then you head towards Harrisburg and McLeansboro. Matter of fact, the line is out of Hamilton County, so it's almost about time to call Hamilton County all clear. Not going to do it just yet. Jefferson County, Southern Illinois, you're in the clear. Franklin County in Southern Illinois, you're in the clear. Williamson County in Illinois, you're in the clear, as well as Union and Jackson County. So this line continues to progress off to the east very, very rapidly. So we are watching this area closely as it heads into the Paducah area. Did they say, could you look at the warning on McCracken County? I want to see exactly where they are seeing that rotation, if you don't mind. I'm going to step aside and get some water.
The tornado warning?
Yeah, the one that they just issued, the newest one.
At 7:56, severe thunderstorm warnings capable of producing both tornadoes and extensive straight-line wind damage were located along a line extending from near Karnak to near Bardwell, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour.
All right, so they're just doing it's kind of what we were talking about earlier, what would they call it, kind of a blanket warning. Severe thunderstorm, but we could see some spin-ups at any time. So they went with especially since it's going into a populated area such as Paducah, you go ahead and do the tornado warning, and that's what they did. So we've got the possibility of quick spin-up tornadoes, southeastern Johnson County. This is south and east of Vienna. Vienna, you're in the clear. Into southern Pope County, McCracken County, Massac County, and eastern Ballard County. Now, for Graves County, we're under a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got the tornado warnings out to the west, but so far, we haven't had any new tornado warnings issued out to the east. Let's see. I was worried it wasn't working. It's working still. Okay. So we've got strong storm near Union City, about to move in towards the Martin, Tennessee area. So for you folks that have kids that go to the UT Martin, strong storms headed your way. Not seeing much in the way, excuse me, at least right now. Seeing a couple of kinks, but nothing that's really concerning. Very strong gusty winds headed towards Martin, Tennessee. If you have any family, any of your kids go there, I would probably say, hey, stay away from the window until this line of storms moves through, because there's going to be some strong winds. Now, again, as we head up towards Fancy Farm, near Dukedom, I'm not seeing anything tornadic in that. And then as we head towards Paducah, I am not seeing anything in there either. There are some gusty winds possible, and we'll get to know here shortly how gusty these winds are. So let's see. This is east of us. I want to make sure. I'm worried about. I want to slice those because a couple of those are starting to look a little interesting, taking on supercell characteristics. Headed towards the Princeton area. I think those are all, again, going to stay relatively high base because of the dew point spread, which is definitely some good news. What I was looking at really was this guy right here, and I think that's going to stay east of Princeton. That one's got the most interesting supercellular shape. And as I look at Princeton's right here, yeah, that'd have to go due north, so we're not going to be concerned with that storm. We're only going to be concerned with the activity that is moving through our area right now, and we're a little concerned that we could get some quick spin-up tornadoes along this line from near Paducah south. So let's kind of look here. And again, we're not seeing much in the way of any severe, well, not severe. We're seeing some gusty winds, but I'm not seeing anything that would be conducive of a tornado as of yet. I'm definitely not seeing anything down here. At least I haven't in a while. Mississippi County, you're still in that warning. You are in the clear. The line is well east of the Mississippi River. So everybody west of the Mississippi River, your severe weather threat is over. Your severe weather threat is over if you live east of the Mississippi River. Now, they just reissued the severe thunderstorm warning for Mayfield. It's not new, but they did just hatch it for the possibility, kind of saying possibility of a tornado that could spin up at any time. But right now, we are just not seeing anything that looks like it would spin up anytime soon, like we were just a few minutes ago when it was closer to the Mississippi River. Watching this area just along Highway 45, north and east of Union City in Tennessee, that's headed towards Dukedom. Not strong enough to be concerned with tornado-wise, at least right now, but it's something that we'll keep our eyes on. So again, we are tracking a line of strong to severe storms. The good news, the area where we were seeing some warnings in southern Illinois continues to taper off, and this area near Pope County and Massac County, not overly impressive, especially from a tornado standpoint. It looks mainly just like some strong gusty winds. The Carlisle, Fulton, Hickman, and eastern Mississippi County, that tornado warning, those storms are entering Graves County now, so we can kind of say that those tornado threat there at least, is over for the time being. So we've got one tornado warning in the area really to be concerned with, and even that is not showing much in the way of circulation right now. It's moving right into the Paducah area. So we are, here in a minute, going to catch our breath because there's only so many times I can zoom in and just show you straight line winds. And if I'm not getting lots of damage reports, you know, it's coming into Paducah. So we'll have to see right there. Right there is what I want to see. So I'm going to scope that. It's right by the radar. And I am not seeing anything. I'm going to leave this right up here. I want to go check another source, our secondary source, real quick, just to kind of make sure on this other source I can look at all the rotation slices all the way up through the storm. And so that's what I kind of want to check on. So I'm looking at this, and because sometimes when it's real close to the radar, things can be missed. But I just don't. And the Weather Service hasn't really said anything yet about this, have they?
Not seeing anything about that.
So I am seeing a little better signature at 1,600 feet off the ground of some rotation. And that is headed towards Lone Oak. What did we just get, a new tornado warning?
Yep.
Is that for the Dukedom one?
It is.
Okay. All right, so we got a new, that's that area I was saying we were watching a little spin up near Dukedom. We're having more tornado warnings issued. So the Paducah area I am watching, there is a little bit of rotation. Now it's not at the surface. I don't see anything at the surface, but at 1,600 feet off the ground, there's a little weak circulation right here just south of the radar. So they're watching that. If that spins up, that goes towards the that Harley Davidson dealership that is the Paducah one that looks like kind of like the riverboat. That's where that circulation is headed. So if you live near that area, now would be a good time to seek shelter, get underground if you have a basement. If you don't have a basement, again, that center lowest level room. So here's our storm. Again, Carlisle County, you're fine. Mississippi County, you're fine. Fulton County, you're fine. It looks like it is now east of Fulton County. Extreme eastern Hickman County. Everybody else in Hickman County is fine right now. Let's kind of take a look. And there's that little circulation right there. So let's zoom in a little closer. So this one does look a little, this one's easier to spot and looks just a little more concerning. So here's Fulton, Kentucky, Water Valley. Right in here is where that possible tornado is. Let's do the, see if I can, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. So this is where that possible tornado is, and it's right there. So we've got strong winds towards and away. That's what they're concerned with, that little kink right there. There's a little bit of an inflow notch right there. So a possible tornado, and again, this is in extreme southern Graves County. This is going to go near the Dukedom area. This will stay south of Mayfield. I know we have a lot of storm anxiety there, and I can't blame you. But so if the sirens are going off in the Mayfield, Kentucky area, as of right now, what I'm seeing should stay just due south. It'll be close, but it should stay just south of Mayfield, Kentucky. Carlisle County, Hickman County, Fulton County, Mississippi County, that tornado warning over. It needs to be dropped. There is no more tornado threat in that area. Matter of fact, Mississippi County, your severe weather threat is over. Lake County, Tennessee, severe weather threat over. Pemiscot County, Missouri, your threat is over. Obion County, Tennessee, except for the area of 45 East that is well east of Union City, your threat is over, and this part, the threat will be over in about 5 minutes, if not less. Fulton County, the gusty winds, at least the gust front of the storm, has moved east of you, so Fulton County, Kentucky, that severe weather threat has ended. It is almost ended for all of Hickman County and all of Ballard County. Let me pan up to the north and take a look at, not Ballard, it has ended for Ballard County. Even though we've got a tornado warning, that storm is well east of La Center now. So Ballard County, you are fine. Carlisle County looks to be in the clear as well. So the only real concern we have is with this storm that is going through the Paducah area right now and the storm that is near Dukedom. Mayfield, you got a big storm headed your way. Gusty winds are likely. But all in all, things are improving just a tad. Let's pan off to the west because I want to, that's not what I wanted to do, but we'll kind of do this. And that way I've got a different radar. I want to kind of see what it looks like from a different radar perspective. And so we're going to slice the shear in these storms and see if we see anything that we need to be concerned with. Boy, you could really make out, see what I'm talking about? That straight line, no kink on it. That's just gusty winds. No straight line or no tornadoes. There is a little circulation right there, south side of Paducah, that we are seeing. And we noticed that on the other source as well when we tilted it up. There's the circulation near Dukedom. So we've got, and it's not, if this were a normal kind of setup, we probably wouldn't even have a warning out for these type of spin-ups because they are rather weak. But the wind shear in the atmosphere today is extremely strong. So we are acting, or the Weather Service is acting out of extreme caution with these storms that we are seeing right now. And again, they just trimmed the tornado warning. You can see that we've got Pope County, Eastern Massac County, McCracken County, and a sliver of Pope County and Livingston County in Kentucky. So the tornado warning has been trimmed a little bit. It is now out of Ballard County. Did they cancel the other one finally? Yep, okay. Hickman County, Fulton County, like we said, we've been saying for a while, you're in the clear. That warning has been dropped. Here's our concern. This is our biggest concern is the tornado that is near Dukedom and Water Valley, at least on radar. There it is right there. So we've got a little bit of circulation and the possibility of a tornado. And that is going to be moving off to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. If it holds together, we'll go across southern Graves County, northwestern Callaway County, southeastern Marshall County, and extreme southern Lyon County. Again, these storms are racing off to the east at about 50 miles per hour to 55 miles per hour at times. I'm trying to zoom on out and give everybody a heads up. So we're going to roll this into motion. Again, this is a 3-hour track, and at the beginning of this track, it is yet to enter most of the area. It was just in extreme western Carter County. So you can see how far that line has crossed in 3 hours. So it's moving pretty fast. And we just have the smallest amount of southeastern Illinois to be concerned with, western Kentucky to be concerned with, and Weakley County in Tennessee. So Obion County, again, everybody west of the Mississippi River, severe weather threats over. Obion County, Lake County, severe weather threats over. Ballard, Carlisle, Hickman, Fulton counties, severe weather threat is over. Pulaski County, Alexander County, severe weather threat is over. Johnson County, Williamson County, Franklin County, Jefferson County, severe weather threat over. Perry County in Illinois and Missouri, the severe weather threat's over, as is Jackson County in Illinois. So this line continues to race off to the east, and we have 2 areas of concern right now. Any reports, Joy? Anything?
Not seeing anything.
You got a track on any of this that you could show us real quick?
I just made a track for that storm near Dukedom in southern Graves County. You can see that, judging by the track, it could eventually make its way towards Murray at 8:45, but still not seeing anything too concerning in terms of velocity. If I pull that back up here, maybe a little bit of rotation, but nothing too concerning right now, which is definitely good news here. But that will continue to go eastward, 55 miles per hour, eventually making it to Farmington, Kirksey, Murray. Regardless, there will probably be severe thunderstorm warnings in that area as well. So looking at Callaway County, Marshall County, eventually getting severe thunderstorm warnings. But as we suspected, very fast moving storms. We should be out of the frontal area probably within the next, let's say, 45 minutes or so. And then the whole heartland will be out of that severe weather threat. And then the biggest concern from there comes if you have no power, we're going to have some very cold temperatures behind that as well. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes Weakley County, and then it continues eastward as well here in northwestern Tennessee. But starting to see that line of storms move through Dresden, so some strong winds entering that region as well. But you can see Union City is basically just out, and it's just right behind that front. So you might get some strong winds behind the front, some colder air as well. But if I keep moving up, you can see that tracker on that little storm just near Duke Dom, and then moving towards Farmington, Kirksey, and Murray as well. Getting to the Murray area by about 8:45, and so once it passes Murray and passes Princeton, probably around 9 o'clock, we should be all done with the severe weather threat. And I'm checking the other source here. Not seeing anything too concerning in terms of rotation. The dew point in Mayfield is 62. Dew point in Murray is almost 63. So the dew points are pretty almost up there for anything concerning with tornadoes, but it's just they spin up so fast. So anything could happen within the next 40 to 45 minutes or so as we're continuing to track this line, and not seeing any other tornado warnings coming up for southern Illinois. Starting to see a little bit of some strong winds in Shawneetown is possible, and continuing through there. A little bit of a bow segment just west of Elizabethtown as well. But other than that, not really seeing anything too concerning. Once again, if you are getting any damage reports, I know some people have been telling me that they've lost power. Someone told me in Sykeston there was a trampoline across the road, some fence broken. Just let me know anything that is going on where you live. And that's all I've got for now.
All right, we're going to do a quick little update here. I'm going to be looking at the tornado warnings a little bit more in depth. Because again, part of me still wants us to kind of catch our breath here, as we've been going for a long time. And if I still don't see anything that, I mean, we're going to keep our eyes on the radar. We'll get on the air before anything gets nuts. But if I don't see any kinks that would concern me with tornadoes in this storm right here. So let's pan on down to the south and take a look. We got another severe thunderstorm warning, and it's for the Murray, Kentucky area. And again, it's hatched because we got a tornado warning right here. Yeah, a little kink, but it's not all that impressive. Right there, it's very, it's fairly weak. So again, we're going to stay with it just a minute. I want to get another velocity update before I throw things to regular programming, just to be on the safe side. But again, we continue to track this line. We have not seen anything that looks tornadic or really tight enough to be overly concerned in quite some time, which is great news. Now, we still think we're seeing lots of strong gusty winds. I'm sure we're getting lots of power outages from this because, again, this line is going to be producing some damaging wind gusts. But you can see this tornado warning down here, the storms are almost east of that area. You can see the storms in the Paducah area. And we are on the Evansville radar, so I can get another look at the shear and give us another idea of what's happening. So again, there's a strong signal for straight line winds. just updated. Strong signal, straight. Not really, there's a little circulation that looks like it's trying to form there in southern Pope County, but it's not all that impressive. Let me see what it looks like from the Paducah radar site, as the Paducah radar site is closer and would be picking it up at a lower elevation. So let's get it to switch over to the Paducah radar site, and we'll take a look at the shear inside here. And not really seeing it right now. So, all right, let's go back down and see if we got an update on that storm that is near Dukedom. Right here is what we're watching. Again, it was a little bit of rotation, nothing. See, when I look at this right here, that shape of that storm, I don't like. Now, I know the dew points are a little lower there, so it's probably high base, but that looks supercellular. That looks like it could produce a tornado. Now, that is out of our area, so I'm not concerned with it, but these are the type of storms we were concerned with that could develop ahead of this system. And thankfully, we did not get those, because if we got those, I think we'd have a lot different outcome of this scenario. So, yeah, that's fairly weak. So what I want to do is let me bring things up whole right now. Let me remove that right there. And let's get everybody caught up to date. Again, if you live west of the Mississippi River, the severe weather threat is over. If you live in Ballard, Carlisle, Fulton, Hickman counties, severe weather threat over in Kentucky. Obion County and Lake County, your severe weather threat is over. If you live west of Interstate 57 in southern Illinois, your severe weather threat is over. And Saline County and Gallatin County, it's close. Still got a few more minutes. Same thing for Pope and Hardin counties. Pope is almost out of the severe weather threat. They've dropped that tornado warning, and the tornado warning down near Dukedom looks fairly weak as well. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to toss things to regular scheduled programming. We're going to catch our breath, look it over things, and if things warrant, of course, we're going to jump right back in to keep you safe. So thanks for watching.